What's up, everybody? Sorry for the little bit of a delay. Well, I shouldn't say we. I was playing around with a few things. Thought I had a whole new setup for you, better camera, the whole nine. And yeah, it's not ready yet. So yeah, hopefully next week we can actually have it up and running properly. But you know what, guys? It's Friday, so you know what that means.
Happy Friday. Buddy? Happy Friday, man.
Hell yeah, buddy. Hell yeah. How are you? I was a little worried there. I thought it was going to... Oh, did that fix your echo problem?
Yes, it did. Yeah.
Yeah, I figured you were hearing your own self through my microphone on the laptop. So
yeah.
Awesome.
That's money. But I'm good, man. I'm good. I just... I was doing some bass guitar shopping.
Oh, nice.
I used to play in a metal band before the Army, so...
Man, I played bass for like 10 years, and then I just stopped.
Dude.
I wish I would have never stopped, because now I can't find the motivation to get back into it.
It's hard, man. The guitarist for my band passed away a few years ago.
Oh, shit.
We were all like real tight. And like my drummer called me up. He's one of my best friends. He's like, you know, Kyle, was our vocalist and my brother, he's like, Kyle came over today. I played my drums in front of somebody for the first time since Ben died. And then he's like, I told my guitarist, and my guitarist bought a guitar. And my brother's like, yeah, I'll go buy a amp and a PA set. And now I'm over here shopping for a bass guitar, dude. Just, I don't know, just got the juices flowing, you know, the heart pumping again, man. And it's, I don't know, I'm excited to pick it back up, dude. Just as a hobby.
Yeah, no, that's awesome, man. You know what? It's funny, too, because when I was first getting back into the snakes, there was, I don't remember what it was, but something got me thinking about it again. And I was considering picking up just a cheap one just to mess around with, to sort of, you know, see if I'd stick with it.
Uh-huh.
And my, like, crazy, overly concerned brain was like, oh, what if it fucks with the snakes? And what if it does this? And I was like, and I talked myself out of it. So
damn, man. I don't know, I'm excited. I play the ukulele
nice.
for shits. Yeah. When I was, you know, in my early 20s traveling around the world, I stopped in Guam and I got a ukulele that's like made of turtle shell.
Oh, that's sick.
Yeah, dude. And
I mean, it sucks that it's made of a real turtle shell, but it's really cool too.
Well, they wait till the turtles, you know, die of old age.
Oh, that's good then. That's good.
Yeah, because they want the shells to be big, right? So I got one of those. I picked it up. I have a Samoan buddy that I used to fight with, like competitively, and he taught me how to play the uke, like in Afghanistan. And I played it before bed, like pretty much every day. Just chill out, jam on the uke a little bit, fuck with the dogs, and then I go to sleep. But man, to pick up the bass again would be fuck, dude. It's just like when you said you got out of snakes for a little bit, and now you're back in and look behind you.
Oh, I know, yeah. But the other problem is I have this thing where when I commit to something, I obsess over it. And I like everything else disappears, and I don't want that to happen and end up, splitting my time too badly because I'm still working full time. I have half the collection here, and then Nick still has his half.
Yeah,
and like, especially right now, man, we're just on the verge of our first like big year, so. The last thing I want to do is sort of lose focus right now. Maybe when we get a bit more established and maybe even get a different place that isn't like in our apartment.
Yeah, I feel that.
I think about it, but yeah, man, no, I played for a long time. Never in a band or anything. I just love to fuck around on the bass. Like, first song I learned to play was Schism by Tool, so.
Dude, yeah, that's dope. Man, Smoke on the Water was mine, of course.
I think everybody fucks around with that when you're first getting into bass, though.
Yeah, that's like the intro to bass, and then from there it just got heavier and heavier and faster and faster and.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, what's up, Antoine?
What's going on, Antoine?
And then I started learning how to switch play, so I'd play right-handed, and then I learned to work the frets with the right hand.
That's awesome.
With the left. Oh man, dude, people would go wild when I would do that at shows. And
what's up, Corey?
Oh, Corey, we just had Corey on our show Wednesday.
Yeah, I saw that. Unfortunately, I missed it. Usually Wednesdays, I'm pretty slammed. That's when I do all my cleaning. So
hump day, man. Yeah,
man. Well, and the other part is that's the only day I have to catch up on most of the shows. So it's either catch the one live or, you know what I mean? Like try and catch up on an entire week's backlog of.
Dude, I just turn the computer sideways, plug the speaker in, and I'm just like, all right, there's MJ's stuff. There's, there's my channel, my content. And then
there's so much of it now, man.
Dude, yeah, everyone has, and everyone's shit is really good. It's really diverse. And I
like that everybody's bringing something a little bit different to the table too. So there's something for everybody. Like, if you don't want to watch my show, fine. Like, I don't care. There's so many other shows out there that you can get the information on. Like, as long as the information's getting to people, that's all that really fucking matters, man. Like, I don't care if there's one person watching or 50. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, dude. And I like to always like. I'm the kind of person I need to keep my brain busy. I need to refresh it. My brain's like a muscle, right? I need to take it to the gym. So if I don't know shit about chondros, I want to find a channel that's going to teach me about chondros. Morelia, I'm all about it. Even any like Rhactodactylus species is sort of what I'm learning about now.
Nice.
Yeah, dude. So
that's awesome. Yeah, we fuck with some racks over here. Nick does some chewies. He's growing up some lychees, and I actually just gave him the last of my crested. So he's doing some Chihuahua crested hybrids this year. He already hatched 2, which is crazy because one looks exactly like a crested and one looks exactly like a chewy. We didn't get any of the in between at all.
Damn, dude.
Yeah, they both came out like black too. It was super cool.
Those are 2 geckos when like, man. There's your genotype and your phenotype, and that's a ractal species where it's like the Cresty's very manipulatable phenotypically. You got your lilies and stuff like that. Whereas the Chihuahuas are the opposite. The genotype it is very prominent. So to get the in between, I would imagine would actually be pretty difficult.
And it's really cool looking when you see them. They look like they're just not quite right. Like it looks like it tried to go one way or the other and just didn't quite make it. So it literally usually lands at the in between. And I think Nick's big goal is to try to hit one that's got a lot of that green that the chewies can get in it. But the brown base of the crested gecko seems to be, it's a pretty hard shell to crack even with the hybrid. So we'll see what happens. Hopefully he gets some more eggs this year because he's just starting to pair them up again. So
nice. That's the goal, man. Push the envelope. Like the coolest shit that we have today was because like 15, 10 years ago, people were like, I just want to see how that looks.
Mm-hmm.
And that's it. And now we have, like, for example, in ball pythons, we have the Batman. In my opinion, the Batman, as far as clown combos go, is the coolest, like, base building block, right? You know, so like 8 years ago, the Batman was a thought. Now it's like, all right, you got Batman.
What can I do on top of that? How do I start from here and expand? Absolutely, yeah. And to expand off that, like I've told people time and time again, you know, I'm never going to breed specifically for Batmans, but I will do pairings that could result in Batmans, and I won't complain if I hit one. Like that would be fantastic. Funny thing is, here we are in 2021, and our first female holdback ever is ready to go. She's a spot nose het clown. And back when we made her, the entire reason we held her back was to make a Batman. So she comes of age, she's ready, I ultrasound her, she's building, and I go, you know what? Like, I have so many other, like, really crazy cool pairings this year. I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm just going to put the Pastel Luster Leopard Clown to her. And, like, if one pops out, it's, you know what I mean? It's sort of come around full circle. Like,
Yeah.
I know I said I would never do it, but at the same time, like, here we are. Like, I'm going to see what happens. So
yeah, like, why not, though? Because as a lesser leopard, pastel clown to spot nose head, even the Batman building block right there already, pastel lesser Batman's the ultimate combo possibility there. But from a business perspective, as far as your reinvestment, right, back into that, if you had a gold combo there and you didn't hit it, from what you profit on the clutch, you could just turn around and buy what you want. That's a very good choice.
Yeah,
you could
absolutely. And if we hit, say, a Batman male, like, just to turn around and sell that and keep any of the females back, even if the females aren't that powerful, that Batman male, even if, say, Batmans this year are going for $1,500, that Batman male basically makes that clutch worth it. And then, you know, that feeds your females you're holding back for a year or so. Like,
oh, absolutely,
you can't complain, right? So
yeah, no, there's people. I'm sort of the same way. My clown stuff is very. Look at it. I'm very, like, into the double recessives as far as clown. I'm like DG clown. Oh shit. So I'm moving into the Grail stuff. I'm pairing up for the Grail stuff right now. The magma stuff, obviously, everyone's got red stripe and clown now.
I don't have a single red stripe animal.
At all?
No.
Why?
Just
they're so cool, man.
Everybody has one. I let everybody else play with it. I'm sure, like, I'm not saying it's not cool. It's very cool.
Well, it's a cool animal, dude.
I just don't want to get a bunch of it, be really excited for a pairing, and then have 9 people come out a week before my female even lays and go, look at these 90 combos I made this year. Like,
okay, that's
I'm gonna let it die down a bit, and then I'll probably pick some up and sort of see what directions haven't been gone with it. But, you know, right now it's very big, and if something unreal comes out, and I mean besides, like, the Palpation stuff, you know, I could still change my mind. That's the good thing about this hobby. You know, it never hurts to.
Could always buy or sell, man.
Exactly, yeah. So if something outstanding comes out and I can't not have it, you know, especially this year, we'll be in a good position to either buy it or, you know, trade for it, because we're gonna have some really, really cool high-end pied stuff. So
yeah. So what's your year looking like as far as let's say number of clutches and big projects?
So I'm already looking at 10 clutches, like, guaranteed coming within the next 45 or so days.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, so my original goal for this year was like 20 to 25 good clutches, and I would have been happy. So I was saying 20 to 25 for the entire year, and I would have been thrilled. But that means none of those clutches are just because. I had a few clutches last year that I had some females, and I was like, I'll put this to it. And, you know, thank God, like, we got really lucky, and, like, I hit that crazy fire yellow belly new gene, like, with the ringer.
Oh, yeah.
So we got very lucky in the clutches that I kind of were throwaway clutches in my mind. But this year, every clutch we're going to have is very deliberate. My first clutch We're actually cutting it tomorrow. I don't know if you've been in the Discord in the past couple days, but we're going to cut it tomorrow and record a YouTube video, and then we're going to jump in the Discord and go live on the video channel and kind of give people a preview. But it's our banana ODYB entry pied to a red Axanthic het pied.
Oh shit!
6 eggs. Yeah, we had 7 eggs. One went bad, so six good eggs. And then, weirdly enough, our next 2 clutches are also from him. Also to het red Axanthic pied.
Plus.
Well, not plus, but like project animals. So one of them's an OD HRA het pied. So we have shots at like combo super OD pied stuff with that girl, and she's gonna lay. She shed on March 19th, so she's going to lay in the next week or so. And then the next one after that is a pastel het red Axanthic pied, so guaranteed pied clutch. Can't go wrong with that.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Damn.
Yeah. But
that's good shit.
Yeah, then we go really hard into the het DG stuff. We have the Leo DG het pied really going strong this year, so I put him to our ivory. Big pied female, and then I just started putting them to the spider pied het hypo. So, yeah, I saw a yellow belly DG pied for the first time today, and my ivory is actually in prelay shed right now, and it made me very happy that I did that pairing because it's incredible. It's amazing. I'll send you the picture after.
So I've seen the yellow belly DG pied and the pinstripe yellow belly DG pied. I have pastel leopard, double het DG pied.
Nice.
So that's what I have that growing up. And I have various other DG pieds, but they're all normals that are double het. That's my only like codom stuff. I mean, I bought into DG a long time ago, so I got double het DG Axanthic.
Oh, nice.
I have black pewter het DG.
Ooh, the black pewter het DG. That's a female?
Yeah.
Our pewter, how big is she?
Not big enough.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say our pewter het DG. It's like orange. It's the weirdest thing.
Yeah, it's like a yellow orange.
Yeah, she's a breeder. She's like 3,000 grams, and she's such a cool looking animal.
Yeah, mine's a subadult still. So all my het DG stuff, I wanted to show it on Wednesday to Corey on Wednesday, but I figure it's all in shed. But all my double het DG clowns, double het DG pieds, everything I hatch that's het DG, and I'm not saying this is a marker by any means, but I wanted to show the normals that were het, because we all know what a normal looks like. Well, my DGs that are like my normals that are het for Desert Ghosts are like a shade more gold.
Yep.
Or like a shade more yellow orange, kind of. Yeah,
I don't know. Did you see our DG clutch from last year? The 2 pewters, the cinnamon, the pastel.
I did, yeah.
Single gene DG. So we hit, what was it? We hit pewter and a cinnamon and something else that were just hets in that clutch. And they were only 66% hets. And the pewter was so fucking bright.
Dude.
It was just insane, man. Like I was guaranteed, like positive it was het. But yeah, man, I put that male to 3 females so far. He's going to go to our super OD fire when she starts to build.
That's good.
And then he's actually going to go over to Billy's too and go to a couple of Billy's females just because, you know, kind of crap Billy has. Like, why the hell not, right? So.
Yeah. Yeah. Hell yeah.
Yeah. So we're really excited, man. So that's my first like 5 or 6 clutches incoming, and then I have like a dreamsicle, a huge dreamsicle girl that's about to go into prelay shed that went to the yellow belly pied het lav.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, same male went to black pastel Mojave het lavender pos het pied that just ovulated.
Oh, that proves.
And then a blade clown that I bred to my spot nose yellow belly clown, 50% het VPI. So. Our year's off to a pretty solid start. Like a lot of fingers in a lot of projects to start off with, which is nice.
That's good. I just started getting Enchi into my dreamsicle stuff.
Nice.
Like she's just now in the glow phase. So I'm pretty hyped about that. My first clutch of my first year is already out. It just had its first shed.
Yeah, the banana stuff. I saw you post it.
Yeah, I was fucking pissed when I cut that clip. So, okay. When COVID first hit, a lot of people were losing their jobs and stuff. And there's this guy in Oklahoma City, and my buddy hits me up and says, "Hey, this guy's selling his collection." And I say, "All right, what does he have for breeder females?" That's all I really am looking for. And so he has like pretty much nothing. He has like 2 girls, a Russo het clown and this pastel het clown. And I see the pictures, and they are in like the worst shape ever. Like, you could see the ribs, dehydration folds, stuck shed. And so I offered him like dirt money for it, and he took the dirt money, and I get the girl, starts slamming food immediately, right? Gets her up to size, builds immediately. Like, imagine that. You give her food in the right conditions. And so I didn't know if she was actually het, but she was a good-looking pastel. So the only visual male clown that I had left that wasn't being like bred too much to where I didn't want to overwork him was this banana blade clown. So I put him up there and cut that damn clutch. I got 7 bananas, 1 pastel. And of the bananas, 2 of them were pastel bananas. There's also 2 or 3 blades in there, but still.
I gotta say though, those bananas they're really nice. Like, I was looking at your pictures earlier, like,
yeah,
there's something going on there. I don't know if it's the het clown influence or what, but like there's a lot of contrast for just banana. So
that banana male was one of my first like big purchases. Like, he's old, he's an older male. I've had him for years.
We talked about it the other day. Actually, I asked you for a picture of him.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah. So he always throws weird, crazy babies. I even put him to a single gene female clown one year just to build my clown arsenal. And even those babies looked strange. And I held a few back. I sold a few. I only held back the females, but I sold like 1 female ever. But like, I don't know what's going on with him. I hit up the breeder, and I'm like, hey man, like, he's throwing a lot of reduced pattern stuff and a lot of high contrast stuff. And he's like, that dude came from this clutch, and the male from that clutch also throws weird stuff. So I don't know if it is just a good line of clown, like a really, I don't know. It's just one of those things, like, I keep it and we'll see what happens.
I'm starting to think, because I've heard that from a lot of people that have banana blade clowns, because the whole reason I reached out to you is because of how my female looks, right? And I'm starting to think that somewhere along the lines, somebody had what they thought was a banana blade clown, and it's not actually blade. Maybe it's something else completely, because my female looks nothing like any banana blade clown I've ever seen in person. It's got so much orange still at adult. Like, it's just crazy, man. So who knows? Yeah. Like, there could be something else kicking around.
Maybe so the one year, I remember I sold this one guy a banana clown. He came to my place. He picks it up. Well, he looks at the whole clutch. He picked his out. And he's like, I want that one. He's like, because they're all really, really orange, but this one's the most orange. And that's when I really looked at that clutch and was like, holy shit, for bananas, these are really like high contrast, but the pattern is also a little reduced.
Yeah.
So I was like, I figured the pattern reduction was because of blade, or what we think is blade. I don't know what the fuck else is good, dude.
Yeah, I don't know either. I don't know if she's still in shed.
I got some wild shit up in my collection.
She's still in shed? Yes, she is. Damn it.
I'll have shit that's like labeled like pastel, spot nose, fire, something. Like, just literally just said something.
So, you know what? She's in shed, and this will actually show you how nice she is. She's in shed, and that's still how fucking orange she is. Like, it's in her alien heads, dude. Like,
yeah, dude.
So there's something else going on with this animal. So she's going to the stranger.
Oh.
Yeah. So.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So I got an ultrasound her as soon as she's done shed. The last time I went through a couple days ago, she was like deep in blue. So. Hopefully she's starting to build because he's just getting to the size where he might start pairing for me. So I'm excited, man.
I can't wait to see that clutch.
Oops. Oh, my man Pete, he got his hoodie. Nice.
Nice, dude.
Sick, man.
I wear that hoodie everywhere. It's just
those are some comfy ass fucking hoodies.
Yeah, my dogs sleep with it sometimes. They'll like take my shit, like, because the pit boxer is tall enough on her hind legs to pull stuff off my coat rack. So she'll pull it and then she'll take it to the bed. And what she does is she takes her two front legs and will fluff the blanket up in a pile and then reach back with her mouth and pull the hoodie over her and then open real wide, bite into my blanket, but won't chew it. She sucks on it. I'm not even kidding. She's something else, dude.
Animals are weird, dude. This cat is begging for me to hold her. Like,
do it, man.
I will. I will.
I can't.
Fucking weirdo,
dude. I can't wait.
We have so many. Too many.
My girlfriend.
You're not even supposed to be in here.
I told mine the same thing, but they're over there. Just spoil the shit out of them. Yeah.
Oh yeah, but it's gonna be crazy, man. I kind of went through and did an inventory. I want to say like 4 or 5 days ago. And when I say inventory, I didn't write anything down. I just sort of did a mental check of everything and like where we're at right now and where we're going to be in say 2 years is just ridiculous. Like
scary, huh?
It is. Like I was thinking about it and I was like, man, I don't know what I'm going to do when that actually happens. Like, we're going to be making some stuff where people are hitting us up fairly often. I don't want that kind of attention. Man, yeah, I don't like people talking to me.
Yeah, I know, dude. People think, because here, I'm very happy and outgoing, but man, people have no idea how like introverted I actually am.
Yeah,
it's
somebody messaged me today, and they were like, "Oh, I'm really depressed," and I was like, "This is somebody I barely know," and I was like, "Okay." Like, how can I help? Like, I didn't want to be rude, but at the same time, like, who the fuck are you?
Yeah, dude.
And they're like, oh, well, I bought these pairs of snakes, and they didn't give me any eggs, and I just feel like a failure. And I was like, okay, well, I know when you bought those animals. It was 3 months ago. Do you know when they laid last? How long have you been pairing them? Have they shown you any signs of building? Like...
Dude,
are you just coming to me to just rant? Like I'm not just I don't know what to tell you. And they were like, "Oh, well, I just figured if I paired them for this long, I'd see some eggs by now." And I was like, "It's been 3 months. It takes half of that time just from the time they ovulate to lay eggs."
Yeah, yeah, dude.
Like, if nobody told you how much of this game is waiting, you're in the wrong fucking game.
Yeah, this is. If you have patience, that is your like most lethal weapon in this war. Straight up, patience will in knowing how to invest will take you all the way.
I have no patience, and it is that's probably my biggest downfall, to be completely honest with you.
Patience.
Yeah, only because I get really frustrated, even though I know that it has nothing to do with what we're doing. Do you know what I mean? Like, we didn't have any eggs from mid-December until... When were those laid? We cut them tomorrow, so it would have been February 20th. Just over 2 months. And, like, I was in here, like, every other hour, just, like, checking bins that, like, nothing was going on. But I was just, like... hoping and praying there was something. Yeah. And because there wasn't any of that, I just felt defeated, but there was nothing to feel defeated about. You know what I mean? Like, the animals are still eating and growing and doing well. Yeah. And I'm just like, come on. Like, what the fuck?
I know. It's a very, like, it's a teeter-totter. Because there'll be some days, like, I had this firehead clown who just laid, like...
I saw that. That's sick.
Yeah, dude, she was supposed to lay yesterday, actually. And she laid like a week early.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and so that's like the teeter-totter is like every day, I have some girls I'm looking in like, all right, did you lay? Did you lay? Did you lay? No, no, no. And then one day I just go to check on the phone, daily checks.
Mm-hmm.
Pull out with the temp gun, just get ready to temp the hot spot to be sure. Bam, there's a clutch. It's like, yes. So I'm high up on the teeter-totter.
Yeah.
Then every other tub is like, flip the other way, like.
Yeah, you open the next one. There's just a big shit waiting for you, and it's all up the side of the bin, and you're just like,
"What?
I cleaned this fucking yesterday. What the fuck?"
That shit. They fucking dump the water bowl. They'll like get in it just to push all the water out because they can't knock it over. You come out and they're just striking at you. Just but the tub before you get a clutch egg. So it's very the spectrum is insane.
And it's honestly wild because like our clutch tomorrow that we're cutting tomorrow, like it's fairly early, but I was checking them, like we were going to cut them on Wednesday, and I was checking them yesterday. I was looking at them, I was like, shit, these are fucking ready. Like if we wait, these might get like, we're going to lose a fucking YouTube video. So do you want to do it this weekend? And me and Nick, like, I don't care what people think, but we watch wrestling. I don't give a fuck. It's just something fun to do. And this weekend's WrestleMania. So I was like, you know what? Fuck it. This is going to be our weekend. We'll fucking cut our clutch Saturday. We'll have some drinks. We'll fucking...
Oh, yeah, dude.
We'll fucking order some food. Not together because we're under fucking province-wide lockdown. God damn. It's a state of emergency now. But either way, like... Yeah, you know what? Like, weirdly enough, tomorrow is our first real shot at hatching pies. We've never hatched a visual pie. So, to be able to hatch a 5-gene visual pie,
dude.
That's pretty sick.
Oh, that is dope, but you did it right. You invested well, you know what I'm saying? You had good mentors coming in.
Oh, hold on. We just missed a whole bunch. We've had shots.
Oh, shit!
Yeah, we just fucking shit the odds over and over again. So last year we went for ivory pies, and I did my yellow belly pie, the het lab, to a yellow belly het pied. Hit 2 ivories, which beat the odds. Both were female, which also beat the odds. No pies. Like,
that's mind blowing to me, dude. I mean, I know it happens, but like. But that also is another thing that comes around. Like, you'll miss, and then all of a sudden, you hatch out this badass animal.
Well, what's funny is, like, we got that comeuppance last year because we had, like, bad clutch, missed on the pies, had a cool couple of good clutches, had one great clutch where I hit Yo-Yo. I'm sure I showed you Yo-Yo before.
Yeah.
And basically... that entire clutch minus 2 animals ended up being holdbacks. We had 7 eggs. We held back 5 animals. Like, just couldn't have gone any better. And then a couple bad clutches. Then that DG clutch comes along. It was a pewter het DG bred to a double het pewter. Fuck off. Double het puzzle desert ghost. It was bred 6 months before it laid, and we didn't know it was bred.
That's crazy.
We got it from somebody.
Yeah.
We got it. We originally got it last year to breed this year. So we weren't even going to do anything with it. So it lays this clutch of eggs. We didn't even know what it was bred to. Reach out to the guy. He lets us know. So it's a het to a het, essentially, right? We end up with 2 pewter desert ghosts. Out of 7 eggs, 2 pewter desert ghosts, a pastel desert ghost, a cinnamon desert ghost, a desert ghost, and then 2 hets.
Like, that's so badass.
It was fucking awesome, man. Hatching desert ghosts is the best feeling in the entire fucking world. It's so cool.
It is. I love, and this is what I tell people: hatching them is badass, but when you can watch them age, it's even better. Like,
have you hatched any visuals yet?
Oh, I've hatched many visuals.
What I live fairly close to Will Moreau's, right?
Yeah.
So, he always talked about how great Desert Ghost was. And, like, we were like, okay, yeah, like, we should get into it. It's pretty cool. And we got that hat, and she's really nice for an adult pewter, essentially. And then we cut those eggs, and we were like, dude, what the fuck? Like, these look really nice in the egg. And we were like, that's amazing. And then they came out, and we were like, dude, what the fuck?
And then
like,
they have their
just
first shed.
that much higher. And we were like, this is nuts. And then they shed and we were like, what the fuck? And then they ate a couple times and had a second shed. And we were just like, just every time we looked at them, it was just brighter and brighter. It was so cool.
That's exactly what I say. I tell people when I hatch DGs, they're clean, but the solidity of the color reminds me of the Kraft macaroni and cheese box, like the noodle on it. Like, because that noodle is such a solid yellow orange, right? Mm-hmm. So I tell them it's like that, but as it sheds, it gets a shade lighter and a shade lighter and a shade lighter. And like, dude, I can't even tell you. Like, we all know what lesser looks like. So this is a breeder female pastel lesser desert ghost.
That's awesome. I love how lesser looks aged with desert ghost. It's unreal.
It's so light and bright. And right now she's breeding to a clown het DG.
That legit looks like a hypo in shed. Like it's insane.
Yeah, dude. No, this is just this girl, and she's awesome. And I'm hoping to get some DG het clowns out of her.
That's fucking sick, man.
Yeah, dude.
All right. Well, we've been shooting the ship for a little bit, so I'm gonna throw this up because my buddy Noah sponsored our drinks tonight, and
nice.
We're gonna get into some of our set questions because we haven't even asked one yet. We're almost 40 minutes in, so you already asked me, but I purposely didn't ask you because it's one of our questions. So what are you expecting this year, clutch wise?
Oh shit. Okay. So on the ground, I already have yellow belly lavenders. Like I said, the Enchi hets are coming. As soon as I saw that, how Enchi made that pink, I was like, fuck yeah. Red stripe lavenders.
Nice.
Cypress desert ghosts.
Oh, shit. I might have to buy one of those off you.
Yeah,
fuck. Dude, this year, legit, I was like, I need to buy Cypress. I was talking to Miguel about it like 2 days ago. I was harassing him.
Yeah, dude. So I'll sell you, depending on how many visuals I hit, because I'm not going to lie to you, I am a hoarder. I am.
Aren't we all? I'll make it worth your while, man. I'll make it worth your while. Don't worry.
I trust you, brother. I trust you. I didn't even give you a good deal on it.
Oh, shit.
As long as you made cool animals with it. Like, that's more important to me than anything is...
I would lay out my plans for you before I bought it. I'd be like, this is what we're planning to do, and if it doesn't work, we'll pivot this way. Like,
the better your plans are, the better the discount's going to be. Not even kidding.
I'm going to lay out like 5 plans now.
Yeah, dude. Do it. What else? Pastel, leopard, double het, DG Axanthic. Hopefully some mahogany pied stuff.
Nice. I love the mahogany pied stuff. I tried to grab one off Billy, but he already had them all sold.
Damn. Next year I'll be doing mahogany dreamsicles and blackhead dreamsicles.
Oh, I'm doing blackhead, yellow belly, mystic, red gene, lav het pieds this year. So yeah, God, so I'll be on that train this year too, man. My girl's at like 10 millimeters right now.
Fuck yeah, dude.
So trust me, if you hit some Cypress stuff for me, I'll give you some blackhead.
We'll work it out.
Blackhead, yellow belly, lab stuff for your project.
Fuck yeah, dude. And then I got into lace.
I need some fucking lace so bad, man. Oh my god, it's so nice.
Being able to get my hands on a proven breeder male yellow belly lace. So, guys, here's something I want to put in everyone's spectrum real quick. This is a very collection-dependent purchase because I talk to people sometimes about buying new genes. I was lucky enough to have people to tell me to do it right the first time. I bought a bunch of females, right? So I got 80 breeder girls. So I have the luxury of being able to go buy a male. So when it's a gene I don't have, I can buy one male and plug them away and play them, right? People always say, I'll buy the female first. It'll be more valuable later. Well, if I take one male, breed them to 4 girls, 4 clutches, 6 eggs, 6, 12, 18, 24. Half that is 12. Half that is 6. So statistically, I should have now 6 girls off your 1 girl, right? Mm-hmm. So if you do it right the first time, buy your females, grow them up. You'll then have the luxury when a new gene comes out to be able to buy it as a male and plug away. So,
Well,
but
and just to piggyback off what you're saying before we jump off that, the one big thing that Billy taught me is like, no matter where your collection's at, you can always buy yourself that powerhouse male that you can put to everything. It doesn't matter if you have 100 single gene lesser this spot nose that spider this.
yeah.
If you go buy a $10,000 male, you'll make some money with that male putting them into whatever.
Oh yeah.
However, if you set yourself up properly and you have the females already, that powerhouse male that you just paid 10 grand for will pay you back in the first clutch, and then every other clutch becomes gravy.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
It's very easy to just buy a power male and go, oh, I'm going to make all my hats and I'm going to do this and do that. That's a really easy way to get really bogged down with a lot of snakes that you're not going to want to keep and you're going to have a hard time selling. If you think about it, you buy some cool hats, maybe a couple single gene visuals of whatever project you're looking for.
Yeah, that's where it's at.
Wait a year and a half. Get your girls up to about 1,000 grams, and then go find your fucking powerhouse hatchling male.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Once you start hitting those animals, because you're always still going to have those other snakes. Say you only have 3 females for them, you still have other females and other projects that if you want to, you can put them to and still get stuff out of him. But those 3 females are now lined up to actually make you the shit you want now.
Yeah, dude.
And that's the big thing.
Exactly. So that's why I was lucky enough to buy myself a proven breeder male, lace yellow belly. Now the only females I had available, on the other hand, was a single gene spot nose that's real wonky. She throws real crazy.
I know which one you're talking about. I know exactly what snake you're talking about.
She throws some crazy shit. I held back her last 2 clutches.
Yeah.
I'll see if anything comes of that. But
I remember when we first started talking, I was like, dude, you got to send me a picture of this female. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, she's throwing some crazy shit.
Yeah.
And then pastel leopard female, and
you know what though? I don't think leopard is a bad call for that project. Like, fuck, man.
Exactly.
Oh man.
So that's the other thing is everyone's focused on the Batman, but if you look at a spot nose leopard, it's great. So if I can get a spot nose lace and a leopard lace, I would love to hit a spot nose leopard super lace. But the goal is to take that male and increase my lace army. That's
really it's funny that you say that because I have a leopard DG hat pied and I have a giant spot nose female, and guess what's going together this year?
Exactly, man.
So I was like, fuck it, dude, I'm gonna make some fucking leopard spot nose het DGs, and in 3-4 years I'm gonna have some fucking amazing fucking DG stuff that's all pus het pied. Why the fuck not? And then people get very obsessed with a certain combo in a certain recessive.
Yeah.
And I find that they forget about what else it can do. Like leopard spot nose without the visual clown sometimes looks better.
Yeah.
It's such a cool combo.
If you look at a pastel leopard desert ghost, it looks so badass. If you put spot nose on top of that, insane. I think just a couple of days ago, someone put out the Axanthic spot nose clown.
Because he had it listed as a pastel spot nose Axanthic clown, and I corrected it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly what I'm talking about. So, so that's now like stack leopard on top of that. That would be sick, dude.
But I'll be completely honest with you, man. I can't think of many other Axanthic clowns that are going to look nicer than just that single fucking spot nose Axanthic. Like, the cleanliness, the pattern, the head stamp, like, oh my God.
It was perfect.
I drooled.
It was a perfect... That means that... So this is something else everyone should think about is when you're making those combos, that particular combo is probably extremely a good example of a spot nose and a good example of an Axanthic. Guys, that's something else you want to think about is the quality of your combos. Monarch. I just got into Monarch.
Oh, nice.
So at the end of the year, I'll be putting Monarch into mahogany, blackhead, calico, bongo, red jean, ringer jean. So
Okay, well, I'm just gonna switch our question because you've been talking
Yeah.
about the project. So
it's just so much, dude. I
yeah,
can't help
no. Hey, no, keep going, man. I love it. Do you have ice in your beer? This isn't beer, man. No, this is just my big ass. It's my beer stein that actually has my logo on it. You can't really see it, but it's kind of there.
Yeah, you can. It's there. You can see it with the beer.
It is a beer glass. No, that's just whiskey and soda water. Hi, baby. Yeah, she was just walking by. What's up? Oh, okay. Sorry, I totally lost my train of thought.
Okay, we're moving on from projects.
Yeah, okay. Let's switch over. I actually added this question just because I asked you the other day, but I liked your answer, so I wanted you to tell it on.
So okay, so for those of you who don't know, I'm in the Army.
Okay, sorry, quick. Just for anybody that's not watching and only listening, the question is, what's the origin of its business name? Sorry about that.
Okay, yeah. The origin of my business name. So I'm in the Army, so everyone knows I'm a staff sergeant. But back when I was a young sergeant, freshly promoted, I was doing a lot of animal education with snakes and stuff, and I'm going to like local shows outside in North Carolina. And of course, I'm doing this out of the goodness of my heart and my own dollar to educate younger people, because that's how you really start change, right? So I eventually realized that sergeants do not make a lot of money. And this is costing me a lot of money to go educate these kids. But I want to keep doing it. So I'm like, okay, I'll breed my collection, let it pay for itself, and then fund my education, which now it's doing even more than that. But I'm sitting there trying to think of a company name. And I'm sitting there on the couch with my dog eating ramen and shit. And we were really poor growing up, so I ate a lot of ramen. I still do. We called it Oodles A Noodles. And I'm sitting there swirling it, with my fork in the bowl and shit. I'm looking at it. Like, what's a good company name? What's a good company name? My Oodles A Noodles. Like, oh shit, that's a great company name, Oodles A Noodles, dude. Like, because it's funny, it's cute, it's appealing to the young people, and that's my target audience.
And do you want to know something really funny? And I've never actually told you this. But I'll admit it to your face, because that's the kind of guy I am.
You thought it was dumb as fuck, huh?
I did not take you seriously at first. And to be fair, I never even looked at your Instagram page or anything. This was 100% just me being a dick because I'm a dick.
I'm also a dick, so it's okay.
Yeah, but no, I have no problem telling you to your face. But I was just like, well, that name's kind of silly. So I never even looked into it. And then I actually I don't remember what it was. I think you were on somebody's live that I knew on Instagram. And this was before even I was doing lives. Mm-hmm. And I don't even fucking remember why. But something made me want to go check out your page. I don't know if somebody said something about something you had or something in the live, like an animal that you have. And I was like, oh shit, he has that? No fucking way. And then I checked out your Instagram and I was like, oh, I'm a fucking asshole. This guy's got some crazy shit.
No, so dude,
I'm just a dick.
I get that shit all the time from a lot of the older breeders. Actually, they're like, man, it's kind of hard to take you seriously with that name. I'm like, yeah, but my goal audience when I made the name was the young people for education, and now I'm just kind of like, all right, I'm committed, bro.
Hey man, as soon as you explain that, it all makes sense to me now. But my first impression, and I fully recognize that it was a really shitty thing to do.
I do the same shit. I'm like, look at that bunk ass logo. That dude's probably trash. I go on his page and I'm like, oh shit, he has some double head this and some visual that. Okay, follow.
Yeah.
I do it all the time.
I don't know, man. I felt like such a twat. I was looking through your shit and I was like, oh my god, this guy's got nicer stuff than we do. What the fuck?
I wouldn't say all that. You got some nice shit, man.
Hey man, well think about this too. This is going back 2 years when we just started getting our higher end stuff and it just started growing up, right? And I'm seeing you have DG stuff and and I was like, the fuck?
2 years ago, I had probably 10 breeder DG females.
That's what I mean. I was looking at your stuff man, I was judging this guy and I'm the one that looks like the fucking idiot. Oh my god.
Well, I am a goofball. I'll tell you this. People, it it's hard. Like even in the army, people are like, "Oh, it's Hernandez. He's so funny," and and then I flip the fucking switch, and then I get the shit pushed in, and like I'm very just like we were talking about the spectrum.
Yeah, yeah.
Both ways, man.
Hey, man, I am the exact same way. It's funny because I hate like astrology and all that bullshit. I think all of it's stupid, except for the fact that people always say that there's two opposite sides of a Gemini, and that's what I am, and that's exactly what I am. Like, I can be like happy go lucky, like ha 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 ha. You fucking cross me and like.
Yeah.
Like, my eyes turn red. Like, it's like a fucking comic book. Like, I'll fucking destroy every bit of your being. I don't know why I started talking about that, but...
Don't piss yourself off, dude. Don't piss yourself off.
No, man, I'm having fun.
Dude, yeah.
It's just, I totally...
Take a breath. Hit the whiskey once and give me the next set question.
I think the whiskey's what's doing it. God damn.
Oh, shit.
No. All right, let's move on to the next question, though. That's not a bad idea. So, did you have, like a moment in your life when you realized you wanted to do this? Or is this one of those things where, like, growing up, you always loved it or, like, always loved animals and you go out and catch this and catch that?
All right, so this is a sort of almost an emotional answer.
Oh, damn.
For real, yeah. So when I started breeding snakes to fund my education, for those of you who don't know, not only am I just in the Army, but I'm a paratrooper in the Army. So I'm jumping out of planes and killing terrorists. I'm pretty honest about what I do. So it's a hard job. It's a shitty fucking job. And I mean, I'm talking going to sleep at 11:30 at night, waking up 3 in the morning and going balls to the fucking wall all day long. I've walked on broken legs. I've packed holes in my body, just packed it with dirt to stop the bleeding. And like I've done and seen a lot of fucking nasty shit. And there's this day that I came home from work and I had just hatched out a clown clutch, and I'm like still in my uniform. My face is still just like all black and dirty, and I smell like fucking gunpowder and bullshit. And I was going through a pretty rough time, and I was in a real dark place in my life. Like, I'll put it to you like this: every morning I woke up, my first thought would be like, why couldn't they have just iced me in the sandbox? Like that was my like initial thought upon opening my eyes. And I'm in my uniform and I go in, and this was my first like big clutch, like visual clowns. I'm real, but I'm beat down. I'm tired. I open this tub, man, and I see my first visual clown I ever hatched out. And I look up above my hatchling racks and I see my JKR posters and I see all these beautiful snakes and I pick this clown up and I immediately knew the moment, like I looked at, and I'm holding it in a way to where I can look at it and then I focus back and I can see my JKR posters. And I'm like, this is like the only time I'm actually happy. And it was that moment where I hatched my first visual animal and saw where I'm at and the goal I'm chasing, to where I'm like, I want to do this for the rest of my life. So at almost 11 years in the Army, I'm getting out of the Army.
Damn.
I'll be out within the next month or two.
Oh, shit, man. I didn't even know that. That's amazing.
Yeah, dude. Well, I'm actually getting medicated.
Well, I mean, I shouldn't say that's amazing. Like, I'm sure... You also, like, as shitty as it is, I'm sure, you also enjoy it to some...
I've done it for over a decade.
That's what I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't mean to take away anything from what you just said. That's a fucking phenomenal story. But I bet you, no matter how bad you smelled when you walked into that room, I bet you that egg gunk smelled worse. That's the fucking most putrid smell in the entire fucking world.
When like I have dissected an egg when it's gone bad, and that's like
don't even make me think about it. I've done it too. I think everybody that's had a dead egg's done it once.
Yeah, like
Because
when they
what you
eat
want, you
rats,
kind of
slug eggs.
everybody's got that morbid curiosity of like, how much did the snake develop?
Yeah, dude, and there's
Yeah.
just like a pink little swirl circle in there.
Yeah, and you see the two little like black dots for eyes. It's like a
Yeah, it's
gross
creepy.
science experiment.
I know, man. It fucks me up when their like face is still developed, and you can like open their jaw, but their throat's not developed. And I'm like,
Yeah, I've never had one that developed yet. I've only ever had them. Like I had an egg. Oh my god, this was fucking heartbreaking. So our first investment animal ever. It was a banana Odie spider head clown. She took like 4 years to get to fucking size. I paired her a bunch of times, never saw luck. She laid 5 slugs and 1 egg on New
damn,
Year's Eve, 2020. The
damn.
egg made it 50 days, looked perfect. 52 still looks great. 53 still looks great. Starts dimpling and all of a sudden starts discoloring a little bit. And I was like, that's weird. So I cut it open. I don't know how the egg stayed looking perfect the entire time. Completely calcified inside, and the baby hadn't even started developing.
So I don't know if you told me about this story or I might have read it in somewhere, but I know about this.
Oh, really?
I do know about this, yeah.
So yeah, the egg made it the entire distance, and like the weirdest part was when I cut it, there was still visible veins around the outside of the egg, but the inside was just a solid mass, and like there was definitely not like everybody. I'm sure people are going to be like, oh well, maybe it was early. Like no, this thing wasn't even. It didn't even have a full body yet. Like it died at day like 6, maybe maybe 4.
That makes sense, actually. So, for those of you in the chat or listening, fun little fact: with that eggshell, the veins, the purpose of them is for oxygen osmosis.
Mm-hmm.
So the eggshell takes in the oxygen, puts it through the blood in the veins, and puts it to the embryo. So the eggshell itself could have actually been breathing most of the time, and that's why through oxygen osmosis, the shell preserved itself, whereas the embryo was probably fucked from the start.
Yeah, and actually, another one little tidbit that you didn't say is up until I think it's 10 days or so before hatching, the yolk is actually adhered to the side of the egg, and the veins on the egg actually attach into the yolk sac of the babies, and that's how oxygen gets from the outside air into the egg into the growing snake, and then. Like I said, somewhere I think it's like day 40, 42, somewhere in there. The actual yolk will detach, and I think for a couple days there's still some veins attached, but it'll detach from the wall of the egg, so the baby can start moving around and get ready to hatch. But it's a really cool process. Like for people that don't understand how it happens from day 1 to when they crawl out, it's wild. Like, you should do a little more research.
Yeah, learn your science. Follicular development and embryo development are 2 like really cool things you should learn when you want to breed snakes. The science is badass.
It's so fucking cool, man. And the more I learn about these animals, like the more I respect the fuck out of them. Like, it's cool. I love it, man. I love this. I love everything about it.
We are the top-notch species, but some of their evolutionary traits are, like, put us to fucking shame. For real.
At the same time, though, I still have no fucking clue how ball pythons survive anywhere, ever.
Oh, in the wild? Yeah. In the wild? Yeah.
They seem like they'd be fucking useless.
Yeah, they're pet rocks, dude. They're rocks.
To be fair, though, the more I think about it, their evolution, or I shouldn't say evolution, but their domestication, I feel like is very, very overlooked in this hobby because of how quickly they're bred and how quickly they're churned out. I feel like the first, probably 25, 30 years of keeping ball pythons, going way back to, I think it was like the 50s or 60s when they first started being brought in for pets. And just wild types. Like, we're not talking... fancy morphs. I'm sure people are aware of that, but I'm sure they were fucking nasty. I'm sure they were just like the emerald tree boas we're dealing with now.
Yeah,
like, dude. I'm sure they were just nasty ass motherfuckers.
Just fucking mean,
yeah,
all the time.
But because of how easily they breed and reproduce, I'm sure it just very, very quickly, took off, and the ball python hobby very quickly did. Same with corn snakes. Like, I bet you fucking. Well, I shouldn't say corn snakes because. Well, no, I should, because you find a milk snake in the wild, the thing's a fucking little bitch.
Yeah, dude, even garter snakes. I'm from garter snakes in the wild. I'll pick them up, be like, hey, buddy, bow, it'll nail me. I'm like, God damn you.
Yeah. So I think we really overlook the actual domestication of species like this, even though they can't necessarily, like, think or feel the way that, mammals do. I think they've definitely, over generations, at least learned, it's not that big of a deal, because you still see it with babies, man. They come out of the egg, they're in the egg box, and they want to fucking take your face off. They don't give a fuck. And as soon as they find out food's coming, they usually calm the fuck down.
Yeah, dude.
It's pretty cool. It's pretty fucking cool, man.
I've been tagged by almost I'm not going to say no adults, but almost no adults. If I'm getting lit up, it's by Hatchling.
I'm not going to say anything, because I took multiple bites to near the eyeball this year and posted them, so...
right? Say hi to everybody.
Oh, man, I'm so jealous. I wish I could have a fucking dog right now. I don't have the space.
Yeah, I was breeding snakes in a 2-bedroom apartment, and when I found this guy on the side of the road, I bought a house. Yep. I couldn't, man. I found him on the side of the road, man. I just couldn't. It's my best friend.
He's a good-looking dog to be found on the side of the road, damn.
Well, he is now. Right, Bubba?
Fair enough.
He looked like a Holocaust victim for a while.
Fuck. Luke. No, that's mostly soda water, buddy. It's soda and whiskey. It's my drink to not get too hungover.
I know.
So do you know Kayla? Marvel Balls?
I don't.
Kayla's pretty cool. She has her first clutch coming out of the egg right now. Half of them are out right now, so that's pretty sweet. But you know what?
I suck at the UK. Like, I'm so bad at, like...
I don't know anybody over there. Like, I wish I did, because there's so many cool breeders. What the fuck's the guy's name? It's like Baby something. He's got a weird Instagram name, but there's a dude over there that just has some, like, crazy dinker stuff that I've never fucking heard of. Maybe it's not Baby. Maybe I'm thinking of somebody else.
I just followed her.
Fuck, I can't remember. But I'll find the account and send it to you. But, like, there's this guy over there, and he doesn't really have a lot of established stuff. Like, he has, like, the odd spot nose and stuff like that. But most of his stuff is just, like, dinker stuff he's working with. And he's doing a lot of line breeding with balls. And it's really fucking cool to watch.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's really cool to watch. So, he doesn't post a lot. He's one of those guys that posts, like, once every 3 months. Like, you know what I mean? That doesn't really care about his Instagram. But, something baby or baby something. I can't fucking remember. I'll look it up and I'll send it to you. But it's really fucking... it's so cool to see all the different people doing so much different shit. Like, everybody's doing all this cool stuff with morphs and stuff and genes. And then there's this guy over there just fucking line breeding and seeing what he can do with that. Like, could you imagine if all this time we're doing it wrong?
I know, right? I mean, you have, like, great examples of that, like Mark Mandick up there in Canada, Marcus Jane. For those of you who don't know, if you ever go to his place, you're very welcome, Kayla. And Kayla said 7 are out. Some of those babies are out. But if you go to his place and you look at the MJ Axanthic hets, the hets alone look like visual Axanthics. John Dagg, JD Constriction, that's another great example. His shit is, like, straight black and white.
Can I tell you what I think about that, though?
Yeah, dude, send it.
So, with lines of Axanthic, I believe over time they get diluted. Just like Desert Ghost and Enhancer. So, I think they're the exact same thing. So, I think Desert Ghost is just a further worked line of Enhancer, and I think Enhancer is just a lesser touched one, right? So, Desert Ghost has deeper blacks and isn't as bright. So, higher contrast, but the bright isn't as bright, whereas Enhancer has more blushing and less blacks, right?
Yeah.
So I think they honestly both started at the same point, but one was just either
Muddy
happened
a little bit.
exactly, and
Yeah.
I shouldn't even say muddy because like fucking desert, like you can't go wrong. I think it's just been
Oh,
played around with enough that it's changed. It's just slowly mutated a little bit, time over time over time over time, right?
Yep.
With the Axanthics, when a new line is found, I think those hets, when they're brand new, because MJ Axanthic is still only, I think, 13 years old,
Yeah, it's still young.
12 years old, something like that. It was like 2008 or 2009 when he found his first.
It wasn't that long ago.
Yeah, so I think because his lines are essentially brand new, and I think so. There's there's VPI, TSK, MJ. What's the other one I'm thinking of? Joliffe. No, it is Joliffe, right?
Joliffe. There's a Joliffe line, and there's Black Axanthic is another line too.
I doubt it is black. I don't know anything about Black Axanthic, so I don't want to speak out of turn here. But like with the MJ stuff, and especially with the stuff that, oh my god, you just said the dude's name.
John Dagg.
Thank you, JD. Yeah, JD. I honestly believe that they are working with the very like start or the starting line of their Axanthic like recessives, and their hets are coming out almost looking visual. Like it's crazy how like black and gray, just a het MJ normal comes out. It's beautiful.
Silver, dude.
And I will not argue with this on any argue about this with anybody, but the MJ Axanthic Pied is one of the nicest fucking animals ever. Yeah. And if you're making a different Axanthic Pied, stop and switch.
If it ain't MJ, it ain't lightning.
It's true. Oh my god.
Dude.
You just started something. No, so when people are like, no, Lightning Pied is Axanthic Pied. No. Lightning Pied is the MJ Pied.
Line. Yeah, it's the MJ
He
line.
specifically named it for his line of Pied.
Yep.
And if you want to go look up interviews with him, he explains why. I will not do it justice, but the MJ Axanthic Pied is the Lightning. It's the only Lightning.
Yeah.
Period.
That's it. I like most people in the States, I have a GCR.
What the fuck is that?
Max,
I think Max is smoking something.
GCR. I'm about to look it up because I'm that guy. I want to know.
I don't want to talk to Max. Max still hasn't bought anything from me. He bought some other shit from Canada, but nothing from me. He's a dick.
Oh, what the fuck, man?
Yeah, that's fine. It's cool. I'm not salty. That's fine.
So,
no, joking.
It's a real line of Axanthic because it is recognized on Morph Market.
I've never heard of it, ever.
Me neither. There are 2 snakes for sale on Morph Market. Male Pied Het Axanthic GCR by Kids and Dragons. They're in Texas.
Until that snake is bred to every existing line of Axanthic, I don't think it should be called its own line. I don't give a fuck.
Because that's the first thing Mark did. He went out and bought all the lines when he hit the lightning. And
do you remember 2 years ago when Kevin McCurley said he had his own line of Axanthic and then all of a sudden that disappeared?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's because he found one it was compatible with. And he realized that I think it was Joliffe. I think.
Oh.
I think. But like he did say it. Like, he's not one of those guys that just deleted it and was like, wasn't me. But, like, that's usually what happens. Most people are like, oh, I have a new line. Like, no, probably not. And if you do, you have to prove it now.
Like, people think I have a lot of secrets, right? I don't have a lot of secrets. I just don't open my mouth because I still have to work it out yet. I don't like putting bad info into the community. That's a big thing for me.
Okay, so let's move on, man. We're already an hour and 10 minutes in. I feel like we just fucking got going. This is awesome.
I know, right?
Yeah, this is crazy. Okay, so you've talked about what made you realize you want to work with the animals, all that fun stuff. But, like, how did you get into this at the very beginning, before, the education stuff, any of that? Like, what started this off for you completely? with the exotics in general?
So when I was a kid, I had a pretty shit childhood. I bounced between my mother's and my grandmother's house a lot. Like literally, I'd live with my mom for a couple days, my grandmother for a couple days, and they were both with guys who would just beat the shit out of me all the time. So I never wanted to be in the house, right? So the only place I would go in Pennsylvania is out in the creeks and the high grasslands and everywhere out in the woods. And I remember the first time I was a little kid, I hopped over this tree that had fallen down in the woods, and I turned around and there was a snake right there. And I don't know what it was in me, but I just picked it up. And I was like, wow, this is so cool. And then I started catching salamanders. And then I started like watching birds, and I started picking up frogs and keeping caterpillars. And I was like, wow, I'm like really happy. And I'm just now connecting the dots with that emotional story I told you earlier of how animals actually make me so happy, dude. Like,
yeah,
I'm like a little kitty, you know?
It's actually funny because before somebody first asked me that question, I never connected the dots either, but I was one of those kids that would catch a common American toad and like hide it in my pocket and hope to sneak it by my parents to bring it up to my room to keep it. You know what I mean? Like never get away with it, but like be like, this is the coolest thing in the world. And they'd be pissing all over my hands and I wouldn't give a fuck.
No,
like,
dude.
And it was the best time. So
yeah, I've always loved it. I fucking hate kids, right? I'm just gonna be real honest. Everyone knows it, dude. I fucking hate kids.
Oh, that's why we get along so well, dude.
Yeah, dude.
Oh, I'd fist bump you if I could. No, never, no kids. No, thank you.
Yeah, so
I will have 100 more snakes. You keep the kids. Not you particularly, but
yeah,
like
but everyone else. So, I was always like, I'll just have a lot of animals because I'm not gonna have kids. So there's never a time in my life that I'm not with animals. Even in my last deployment to Afghanistan, I got this huge monitor lizard. Like, dude, you have no idea.
That's sick. That's so cool.
Yeah, man, you have no idea. And there's always like, I remember the first time I went to Afghanistan, I get on this cop and like the first sign I see is like, beware of venomous snakes. And I just reached into my admin pouch and pulled out my snake hook and extended it and started looking through underneath all the concrete blocks and through the brush. And they're like,
I could just see you're like, shh.
Yeah, dude. And everyone's like, what the hell is Hernandez doing? And I was like, you guys can fuck right off. I'm busy. Like,
Chris, did Kathleen not tell you you're getting Scarlet for a week? No, never. I will let her loose in the wild.
yeah,
I respect my friends, but if you had kids, you're taking the responsibility for your kids.
So this is how much I hate kids. One time someone came into my house. I have a really big couch. Like, it's huge, right? It costs a lot of money. That couch was bought for my dogs. Now,
Nice.
Now, I have this thing over my house. This dude's kid was on the couch, and my dog's looking at where the kid's sitting and looking at me. And I was like, "Hey, man, you gotta tell your kid she has to sit on the fucking floor, because that couch, that spot, that's for my dog, not your damn kid." He's like, "Are you serious?" I was like, "Yeah, that or get the fuck out."
That's amazing.
I'm not even kidding.
No, but that's what I appreciate, man. People I feel like people that have kids think that their kids are the most important thing in every single person's life that they come in contact with. And you know what? If we're friends, fucking dude, I love you. Fuck your kid. I'm sorry.
Yep.
Fuck your kid. Like, you wanted that child, not me.
Not this guy.
I will be nice and accommodating, and if I have some fucking apple juice or shit, I'll offer it. But like, don't inconvenience me because you have a child. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
It's true. I'm good with kids, right? Like, I'm really good with kids.
Apparently, I am too, but I don't. Like,
yeah. Now, this is the worst kicker of my life, right? I got a girlfriend, love her to death. She's awesome, right? She has.
Sorry, just the way you said that. This is the worst kicker of my life. I have a girlfriend, right?
She's smoking hot. Love her to death. She's great, dude. I want to keep her forever. She has 2 kids. Now,
So should I not post this to YouTube after?
No, she's probably
should I
watching
just
it right
delete
now. Ashley, if you're watching this, I love you. So she got these 2 kids, right? These 2 daughters, right? And let me tell you, those classes they give you where they're like, don't shake the baby, throw that shit right out the window and shake the baby. It's all right.
You know what? It's actually really funny because my wife's sister, me and Sierra both don't want kids. We're very, very much in agreement, which think,
That's why you got her, right?
got lucky.
Yeah.
But her sister and her sister are very close. Her sister has 3 kids, 2 older boys and a younger girl. I think the boys are 5 and 7 or 5 and 8, and the girl's 2 or 3. I'm very bad with kids' ages too because I don't care for them much.
Yeah.
And I guess I'm pretty okay with them. I don't know. But other than those kids,
7, 5, and 4.
7, 5, and 4. Wow, you have good ears. 7, 5, and 4.
Yeah.
But you know what, because they're family, I'm pretty cool with those kids. I really, really don't mind them. Back when right before the pandemic started, we had Anna, their daughter, stay over for a night and whatever. And I don't mind that. It's family,
Yeah.
I love them. It is what it is. But other people's kids, just fuck off with them. I'm sorry. Just
yeah, dude.
no.
It's rough. Luckily, I don't have my girlfriend's cool. She's like, you're not their dad. You don't have to be their dad. So I get to just do cool shit. When they're bad, I'll spend money on MMA gloves, and I'll be like, all right, you're going to go in the backyard and handle this. And if you don't, I'll put mine on. You know what I'm saying? But I also get to do cool shit.
So you turn them into entertainment? That's amazing.
Yes! You got to make lemons. Or what is it? You got to make lemonade, man. You got to make lemonade. So,
bro, I went out. Well, I shouldn't say I did. My wife actually got me a Nerf gun, and then I found out these kids have Nerf guns, but mine are those hard, compressed foam balls, and they just have the shitty little foam darts.
Yeah,
so mine leaves welts.
That's awesome.
Yeah, right. You gotta make lemonade out of lemons.
That's right, dude. Make that lemonade, bro.
Sorry, you were saying that, and I just stole it, but. It is what it is.
No, that's perfect. No, I'm telling you, that's the best part is I don't have to be if something bad happens, they have the dads to take care of. I get to teach them to ride a bike and skateboard and how to throw a punch the right way, the important shit.
Yeah, you get the cool shit.
Yeah, dude. I don't want to teach them to do good in school. I want to teach them how to beat some ass. I'm kidding, guys. Stay in school. School is important.
All right, this can't get any better. Fucking interview done. Just close the laptop. I'm going home.
Hit the like button, share it, subscribe.
Oh my god, that's so fucking funny, man. That's perfect. I'm gonna clip that as an advertisement for this show.
You need to.
That's amazing. If Kathleen was here, she would do it for me. I'm so sad she's not. Oh.
Comments.
Yeah, no, she was. Are you following Kathleen?
Yeah.
Good. No, Kathleen's good shit.
Yeah,
yeah, no, you know what? That's a good no. You know what? I can tolerate children as long as people are aware of my feelings. I am friendly with people and their kids and whatever, but as long as you are aware of my limitations of those kids, if the kid runs up to me and starts kicking me, there's only so many kicks before I kick it back. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's the truth. If a kid runs up to me and kicks me, I'll be like, hey, you want to learn a knife fight? And now the parents now has to deal with this kid who knows how to hide a razor blade under their tongue.
Oh, this is the best conversation I think I've ever had in my entire life.
Dude, these are the only skills I have.
Oh my god, this is the best thing ever. Okay, so we've talked about why, we've talked about how. Yep. When did you start this hobby?
this is officially my 7th year producing ball
Nice.
pythons as of just like 2 weeks ago, I think.
Sorry. Okay. How? I said this question wrong. How old are you, and when did you start in this hobby?
So I am 30,
Okay.
and that means I would have started about 23, 24 years old.
Nice. Okay.
I think I started keeping at about 20. Yeah, 20, about 20. I started keeping and just educating and I just wanted to share my passion. I was young.
Oh, well. Kayla, I'm going to kick your ass and kick you out of this chat. Fuck you. Pineapple on pizza is the best.
Yeah, it's good.
Sorry, keep going. Well, I just need to say that.
As well as if you get the pineapple, like the ham that was soaked in pineapple as well.
Right?
Pizza, yeah, that's also.
What the fuck? I knew I liked you for a reason, man.
Yeah, dude, right? God, I can't wait to come up there and visit.
Bro,
as soon as they let us.
Oh man. The first CRBE that happens, you have to come up here. The party at Billy's place, the fucking dinner after the show, like, oh, it's such a fucking time. It's so good.
As soon as they let us, man. I know you guys just went into lockdown. I have a lot of friends up in Canada that keep various stuff, a lot of Morelia. I got a homegirl named Katie up there. She has like this beautiful Eastern coastal visual.
Katie who?
Sato? I'll send you her thing right now.
She's in Alberta or whatever, right? Not Alberta. No, Alberta, yeah.
Calgary is where she lives.
Calgary, Alberta.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay, I know who you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah,
cool.
Yeah, so
that's fucking sick.
Yeah, dude, she's like a good.
Yeah, I think I follow her. Yeah, I do. Yeah, I think I actually follow her because of you. I think you posted some of her stuff. Yeah.
So she has some gorgeous.
Yeah, she has some really cool snakes.
Yeah.
Well, she has more than snakes too, doesn't she?
Yeah. Oh, she has a lot of different.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah. So she told me, she always tells me like when it's lockdown time, and also if you guys want any cool artwork or logo done, Katie is like an artist, like an actual artist. So hit her up.
Is she like a digital artist? Like,
I'm pretty sure she does it all.
The reason I'm asking is because, and you know, I'll probably go to my wife first because she's my wife. But if she's busy or just doesn't feel like it, we're always thinking of doing like special edition shirts and stuff like that. And a big thing is we kind of want to do, and I'm not sure what we're going to do with the and Ward in the logo, but I've wanted to do different ball python patterns in reptile in my logo. Yeah. So do like a pied one, a special edition like pied one, where like there's white breaking in with like orange branching off it, and like just some other stuff like that. I think it would be really, really cool to do like a special edition CRBE 2021 if it happens shirt or whatever, and just make a bunch for just friends that come up and hang out and shit. Like,
yeah, fuck yeah, dude.
But I am not that technologically. Yeah, I said that right.
Technologically, yeah.
Advanced to do that. Like, I feel like I could try to do it, and it would look like garbage. Like, I think I'm okay. I'm good enough to superimpose your logo over my logo for a thumbnail, but that's about as far as I get.
Can like she has like a special pad and a digital pen, and she can just do it. So,
yeah, that Sierra can do all that stuff too. Like, I should show you. She's digitalized a couple snakes of ours. Like, here, this girl. Oh no, not that girl. This girl. When she hatched, I don't know if you remember, but it was around the time we had our first live. But this is the boo bag snake. I think I showed her off in the other live.
Yeah. Wow.
So this is the one that came out of that boo bag. This came from Sierra's female. Her name was Mango. We thought she was a pastel lesser. Now I think she's a pastel lesser OD. But Sierra digitalized this I think 2 weeks into starting digital art, and it looked fantastic, and she's only gotten better. So if she has the time, obviously I would go to Sierra because, she's my wife and she's really good at it. But if she didn't want to, it's always nice to have options to, know where to go, different avenues and stuff like that. But yeah, man, sorry, now I'm just thinking about that snake. Like, that was such a crazy story.
Yeah, dude, that's a badass snake. No, yeah, Katie's good, but her boyfriend is like, Katie, if you're watching this, don't get mad. Her boyfriend, Scott, is even better. Like, it's his full-time job, I think. Like, that's his actual job.
Oh, like, that's sick. That's so cool.
Yeah.
That is amazing. Dude, I wish I was artistic in any way. Like, even when I played bass, I was not that good. Like,
yeah, I'm artistically retarded.
Oh, I'm so bad. Like, Sierra is so good at basically anything she puts her mind to art wise. Like, she started doing like resin stuff and clay stuff and like.
Oh, I love resin stuff.
Oh yeah, but like she just started and she's already like so fucking good at it. And I look at it and she's like, "Oh, do you want to like play with clay with me?" And I was like, "No, because I'm just gonna feel inferior. Like I can't. I feel like I can't do anything new in front of people, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
like I have to
practice it.
I have to start stuff on my own, but I also have to have the motivation to do it on my own first. Do you know what I mean? Like the snake stuff, I can do it behind closed doors. Nobody's going to judge me if I fuck up. Yep. You know what? If I really want to, I can hide it forever and nobody ever knows.
Yeah, true that.
But like I don't like fucking up in front of people, right?
I feel that.
Yeah. So she's making right now these tiny little tombstones, and they fit like in the middle of your palm. And she's like decorating them with like shrubbery and like flowers. It's insane. Like it's like I'll send you a picture after. It's nuts.
That's crazy, dude.
Yeah, man.
I can color in the lines.
I can't.
Oh, I'll tell you the trick. So first, you go and you take the crayon or colored pencil and you do the whole outline first. Just trace the line. And then
I don't have the patience. I get like halfway through and I'm like, I'm fine. And then I start. I'm like,
Hey, colored pencils erase, man. Colored pencils erase.
That's very true. Yeah, I guess so. Fuck.
Yeah, I got through school.
All right. Did you answer this question though? When did you? You said 23, 24, right?
Yeah, that's when I started breeding. Yeah, about 7 years ago.
All right. I think this is our last set question. Let me double. Yeah, this is our last set question. So I know you probably have plans for next year, or at least rough plans, because everybody. I should warn you, this is kind of a setup question, but
okay.
I know everybody has rough plans for next year, but do you have a outline for where you're going to be in the next 3, 4, 5 years? Like, do you know what you want to be making, what you want to have in your X breeding, stuff like that?
Always. When I look at a snake, any one snake, I look at the genes and I think to myself, how far can I take that in 10 years? Even if I see a new gene, I won't buy it unless I can see myself working it as a project for at least a decade. So, like recently I bought Sapphire, which is a codom, and it's a really cool pattern mutation. And I bought Monarch, which is a recessive color mutation. And, they're both new genes and they're new to me. And I know exactly where I want to take them in 10 years. In 3 to 5 years, I want to have visual Monarch combos of every dark gene that I have in my entire collection. I'm going to push that project real hard. In 3 to 5 years, I also want all my double het projects taken off. And in 5, if I hit the odds 5 years, it might take longer. My big goal that I'm most excited about than any other goal that I have right now are pastel monarch puzzles.
Oh shit, that would be sick. That would be man.
That's my like
That would be
my
so deep and so rich. That'd be so
yeah.
nice.
That's my very
So
big goal. Oh, that looks like a
whoa,
tank. Is
stop moving.
that a leopard Mojave fire?
None of those genes.
What?
So look at the head, real quick.
Oh shit! That's crazy.
That's a paradoxing of what it's het for. What's it het for?
That's a paradoxing of what it's het for?
Yeah. Ultramel.
Oh, you got me on that one, yep.
Bongo Mystic had Ultramel, right?
Oh,
so my goal, and you know what, I've asked a lot of people this question, but I've never answered myself. But you know what, we're having fun, so why the fuck not?
I would like to know, yeah.
We're having fun, so why the fuck not? I picked this girl up from my good buddy Nathan Dial, Sundial Reptiles. I honestly suggest you follow him. He has some crazy.
I like that.
It's Sun and then Dial Deyle. It's his last name. So he plays off his last name like I do, which I really like. Give him a follow. But he works with a lot of Ultramel and a lot of Sentinel or Paint.
Oh, okay, yep.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm already following him, yeah.
So I picked this girl up off him. And I got very lucky that we got him. Or got her. But I picked up this girl when we found out we were getting our Ultramel Hypopide male. Billy and I split on it. And I shouldn't say Billy and I. Nick and I split it with Billy. Right? Okay. So my goal in 5 years is to have this in a visual Hypo Ultramel Hypopide.
Holy.
Would that not be intense? Like, look how dark and crazy pattern this animal is.
It would be the most intense as an adult. Because if you look at how an adult hypo looks and an adult Ultramel looks, like holy fucking shit, dude.
Yeah.
That's that next level shit that we were just talking about at the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
Pushing that envelope.
And that's the thing, man. Like, I have a lot of long shot odds and stuff. Like, I have, I think, 7 chances to hit a Monsoon, but all of them are long chances. They're all like pos hets from pos hets because of how Billy's collection worked, because he didn't know he had it.
Yeah, yeah. So
it's not like a 50% to 50%. I have a 100% het Monsoon male that is going to a bunch of, I guess you would call it 25% hets, because it's from what was a 50% het, right? So if even one of them proves out, my entire collection, my entire goal, my entire outlook fucking flips.
Changes, yeah.
But I never, ever rely my plans on maybes. I can't. Yeah, I can't. So if it happens, I will be fucking thrilled. And honestly, I've talked to Nick about this a couple times. If we hit one, the first one, we'd probably sell it.
Really?
Yep. Just because of where we're at and the money invested, we'd probably sell the first one. Just because of what the animal is, what it would be. Like, it would only make sense for us financially, but if we hit it, we'd know we could make more, right? And it would completely change our plans. So I would end up putting that male to basically everything I have, if I could.
Oh, yeah. Oh, absolutely.
But I know my male is het because of the markers. Did I show you my female that I held back?
No.
We just put out a video a couple days ago. My top 8 holdbacks. It was the first snake I showed off. Fire Special Double Het Hypo Monsoon. And it's actually 100% hypo, 50% het Monsoon.
Okay.
But because of the markers, it's double het and 50% het pied.
Oh, does it have pied tracks or not?
No, but because it's Fire Special, it wouldn't have tracks anyway.
Okay. Yeah, gotcha.
It fucks up the pattern too much. So, out of 5 eggs, 1 died, 3 males, 2 are spiders, so you can't see the hets at all. I got 1 special double het hypo monsoon and 1 fire special double het hypo monsoon female. The special is a male, so the male will take the place of the dad, which is just special at Monsoon.
Yeah.
But I have that dad going to a bunch of special stuff that came from Billy years ago. It's actually in a friends of ours collection right now because we don't have a lot of it here. But our friends Michelle and Paul over at Mordex Ball Pythons, they have, I think, 3 or 4 special females that came from that line. So if we hit a Monsoon, everything changes. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
the whole thing shifts a little bit. So
that's really how it is when you get something like that, a new project in general. Like before I bought into Monarch, my collection is very boutique, if you will. Like I'm very
streamlined. You know what you want, and everything has a place.
There you go. Exactly. Yeah.
It's a perfect example. Yeah.
Now, when I bought the Monarch, I know what I want to do with it. And when I bought it, I was so excited. I got the tunnel vision on the animal. I get it into my racks, and I'm looking at everything, and I'm like, fuck. All right, now I have to push everything back 1 year because I want to push the Monarch that much more than everything else.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so it shifts like
that.
But
that's exactly what I was talking about earlier when I was talking about having those females already ready and then getting into your male, right? What you're doing, it's not the wrong way. There's nobody saying that it's the wrong way to do things because we do it too. Everybody has to do it at some point. But as soon as you bring in a new gene, especially if it's just a single gene visual male to put to your stuff, all of a sudden you're putting other males and other projects on the sidelines to get that gene into everything. And if you have females specifically meant for that male, your first year is just making stuff with those females because your male first year breeding is only going to 2, 3, maybe 4 females, right?
Yep.
It's such a tough call, man. Like we've been sitting on picking up some the Bambino stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Have you seen it? The Bambino? Yeah.
I've seen the Bambino.
I don't want to get it now because I feel like we're just on the cusp of really breaking through on a lot of our stuff. Like I feel like we're going to make some really cool clown stuff this year, Pied stuff this year. We're just starting our Het DG Pied stuff. Like,
hell yeah.
We're just sort of like cresting over that edge of what we've been building the past 2, 3, 4, 5 years.
Yeah, it's coming to fruition.
So to bring a new gene in right now will push back something that I've been waiting all this time to actually get something to show for, right?
Yeah.
So it's hard.
It is hard, and those are the times you sort of want to buy it as a female because then you can put it on the shelf and grow it for a little bit.
I said you're delusional for thinking that something from a certain person is Het Monsoon. That's all.
Mm-hmm. Yes, guys, reputation is everything, and it is truly everything.
But honestly, that's Tyler, Hyped Up Reptiles. If he's right, all the power to him. He's going to fucking kill it. That'll be monumental because the genes that he has involved. Whew.
Yeah, I think. Dude,
I hope I'm wrong, dude. I hope I'm wrong. I hope I have to give him $20,000 to buy a snake off him. Honest to God,
bro.
Honest to God, I want him to succeed to that level, but I try to be realistic.
Yeah.
But hopeful too, if that makes sense. Like, I try to keep my hopefulness in the realm of realism, I guess.
You expect the worst, but hope for the best.
I expect the worst and hope for the worst because I figure that's what's going to happen anyway.
That's pretty realistic to me. That is realism, dude. For real.
No. So basically, I don't think I've ever told anybody this, but anytime I do a pairing, I try not to tell people what I'm expecting. Because our first 2 years of breeding, anytime I would tell somebody what I wanted to hit, I would not only miss, but I would brutally miss. To the point where the clutch would be a disaster. Like, it would just be like, oh, I'm really hoping I get a lesser spot nose head clown female from a lesser clown to a spot nose female, like,
Yeah.
and I would get like 6 lesser head clown males, and that's it.
Oh, that hurts.
Yeah, that actually happened.
Oh.
We talked about this earlier. My 2019 season, I had one holdback. It was a spot nose head clown female.
Yeah.
That was the pairing.
Oh, that hurts.
All I wanted to do was make a lesser spot nose head clown female from it. It's not even a crazy combo.
Yeah,
it's not even insane.
You're not asking for a lot.
So anytime I really hope for something and put it out into the world, I get stomped on and pissed on and then laughed at, and that's it.
Yeah.
So I don't talk about what I want, because this past year what I did was I put my pastel lesser leopard clown to a spot nose. It's that same spot nose I put the leopard DG to. And all I wanted was a Zorro head clown. Do you know what the Zorro is?
I've seen the gene. Like I've read it.
It's not a gene, it's a combo.
Is it a combo?
Yeah, so it's pastel lesser leopard spot nose.
Holy shit.
It's just yeah, but it's just without visual clown. I think the clown is called the clay face or something, that combo. But the non-clown is still ridiculous, because the lesser like blotches the pattern a little bit, and the pastel obviously does pastel things, and it makes it really nice.
I can see it in my head, yeah.
We fucking missed, man. Every animal out of that clutch was 1 or 2 genes. We got like a 9-egg clutch.
That's like I'm not even gonna lie, that's the worst feeling, when you're putting something together for the purpose of a project or a goal, and you miss on it, and now that whole clutch is a reinvestment clutch. Now you have to sell everything, and granted, you can take that money and go ahead and buy what you were trying to hit, bless you.
But nobody has it. That's the thing. Nobody's making that.
A combo like that is that's asking a lot. That is asking a lot.
But hold on. This gets one better.
Oh, no.
Oh, yes. So, I was hoping for a Zorro head clown. I didn't care if it was a male or female, because I was like, even if I hit a male, I'm going to hold it back, because it's a cool combo. It's just what I want to hit. I don't care. I'll use it. Like, I probably don't need it, but I'm going to use it, just because of how bad I want it. So, we had this massive 2,800 gram pinstripe posset clown female. I bred the same pastel lesser leopard clown male to it, and I only bred that male to it to try to prove it out as head clown.
Yeah.
I had 0 expectations for it. Yeah. Guess how many of the 4 gene animals that I hit in that clutch out of 7 eggs?
2, really?
One of them died. It had a twisted umbilicus, and I didn't see it until too late, because it was like underneath. Which, guys, that's a thing. Unfortunately, like, you only see so much of the snake. If you cut your eggs, I don't want to say check them all the time, but I don't want to say don't, because I try to leave these guys alone, and that one died. But
I'm not gonna lie, I always check. I'll move them around. I do. I
hit the fucking pastel lesser leopard pinstripe het clown male in that clutch, which I didn't give a fuck what the best part is the female didn't prove out. But I didn't give a fuck what I hit as long as I proved her out.
Yeah.
And I hit 2 of the 4 genes, whereas the spot nose had the same amount of the odds, and I only hit 1 and 2 gene animals.
Yeah, that's fucked.
Yeah, it sucked, man. It like I feel like every time I say there's a specific thing I want out of a pairing, it specifically gives me everything but that, and then puts icing on the cake just to fuck with me a little bit more.
I know, right? Let's just poke the bear a little bit. Let's just shit on this guy. No, that sucks, dude.
So now I just don't tell people why I'm doing pairings.
I know, right? I'll just put pictures of them on my story to show people, like, hint, hint, this is what I'm kind of pairing up. And they'll always message me and be like, oh, what is that? And I'll be like, I don't know.
That's amazing.
Like those are a couple snakes. That's called copulation. There's 2 hemipenes there. One of them is inserted into the female's cloaca, and when they're done, and I can take that male out, there's 2 scales there by his cloaca. One of them will be folded in, and that's how I know what hemipene he used. So that's what that is, and I'm just such an asshole about it.
Oh, that was gross.
Oh,
Do you know how many people don't realize that that's a thing?
Yeah, a lot of people don't know about checking hemipene health. Like, I always pop
If
before
you
and
think
after.
you missed a fucking lock, check.
Yeah, look. 100%.
Oh my god.
100%.
Oh, why? Why is this still up? Hold on, sorry.
No, you're good.
I can't believe how many people don't know to check.
Yeah, you want to check the
Can I
cloacal
have
vent
the
scales.
soda water?
You always want to pop
Yes, please. Thank
the
you.
male, wipe his sperm castings off before you put them in with the female. And I even, after they're done, I pop them again to make sure he didn't blow a peen. Like, hemipene health is a big deal.
Do you want to hear a story?
Oh, fuck yeah, send it.
You're going to hear a story anyway because it's super depressing and now I'm really angry. So end of last year, so my pastel lesser leopard clown, as I've been talking about this whole time,
Yeah.
did a ton of work. Thanks, baby. Appreciate it. Did a ton of work last year. What's up? Oh, Sierra's coming to say hi.
Hell yeah. Hey, what's up?
She can't hear you.
Oh, no,
Oh,
she can't.
hold on.
Hey, what's up,
Hey,
Sierra?
what's up, Sierra? Hi.
Oh,
There we go.
I sound so annoying.
Not as annoying as him.
Hey!
No.
That's not why I let you in here.
Let me in here? Wow. Bye, bitch.
Thanks, baby.
Yeah.
But anyway, so your pastel leopard spot nose,
No, pastel lesser leopard clown.
pastel lesser leopard clown. There we
So
go.
I had him going to everything last year, and he was a big boy. He was like 1,100 grams. Like he was one of those males that you were like, man, this guy could go off food for like 8 months, and I could still use him. You know what I mean? Like thick,
Yeah.
good body. Like I was like, fuck, I don't have to worry about this dude at all. I put him in with my big pied female. They lock up, and I was like, fuck yeah, like this is sick. Make some fucking hats. Hope I miss on the lesser, but still, like,
Yeah.
this is fucking awesome. So I catch the lock, take a picture, post it, because I'm a fuck. Of course. Gotta
Yeah.
get those Instagram likes.
That's right.
Close it up. Leave him a day. I come back. Open the bin again. I scare the female.
Oh man.
She jerks her tail away. And I don't notice anything because his tail kind of moves with it, right? So I was like, oh, okay, they're still locked. Leave them alone.
Yeah.
But I visibly saw her jerk, like her tail, like, and pulled it pretty hard and quick. But I was like, oh, okay, they're still locked. Everything's good. Like, I'll just close this real slow and let them do their thing. No problem. I go back in. I think it was the next morning. And he's at the back. He's at the front of the bin. And no, she's at the front of the bin. He's way at the back corner. And I was like, oh, okay, they're not locked. I grab them, pull them out, and like just habit, because I pair animals all the time. I just grab them and I'm not even looking at them, right? Like I just grab them and go to turn to his bin and put him in to close it. And as he's sort of crossing my vision line, I noticed this fucking hemipene just hanging out of him. And I was like, what the fuck?
Dude.
So as soon as I saw that, I stopped what I was doing and I was like, oh my God, okay. So I put him into an individual tub. I poured a little bit of water in it because I just had to do something.
Yeah.
Switched his tub over to paper towels. And then pulled him out, put him in the bin, and immediately called Wilma Rose because I've never dealt with it before.
Yep.
And he basically said, hey, use some name brand polysporin with none of the additives, which I had, of course. And if you don't have just plain polysporin, guys, have some.
Yeah, have it on
Lifesaver,
hand.
guys. Lifesaver. So I took some of the polysporin. I put it on his prolapse peen, and I kept his paper towel wet
Good.
to keep it a little bit cooler. And then I put him on the very bottom row of my rack, which has no heat on it. It's like it had no other animals, so I unplugged it. Luckily enough, between the polysporin and the cooling, it was enough for him to pull it back.
Good.
And
Ooh,
he got it in, but it was fucked for like 8 months.
I
This
bet,
is like
man.
this was like August of 2020.
Yeah. You said the end of last year. That's fucking.
February of this year, I pop them. Everything looks great finally. And I was like, oh, fuck yeah. I was like, fuck yeah, I get to use this dude again. I was so stoked. I put him in with that spot nose head clown I told you about. He got a lock. I put him in with my banana spider pastel head clown I told you about. Fucking hit up a lock. I was like, oh, fuck. Like,
Nice.
this is feeling great, man.
Everything's going good.
I was checking on him. I was popping him. Everything was good. So I ultrasound the banana pastel blade, or what is she? Whatever, it doesn't matter. So I ultrasound her, and all of a sudden, like she's growing real quick. So I was like, "Fuck, I better put him in one more time, like just to get another lock in." And I throw him in, and I check on him the next morning, and I didn't witness a lock, but all of a sudden his hemipene's hanging out again. I was like, what the fuck? And honestly, I didn't even realize it was peen at the time because it was like covered in cocoa, like just like dust and dirt.
Yeah.
And I was like, what the fuck is going on there? So I pull him out and I was like, oh my God. Like, so I clean it up, do the same thing I did last time, put him back in. Luckily, he pulled it back in, but I started using him this year and now I can't finish my year with him. With the girls that I started him with, right?
Yeah.
So I lost my entire 21 season with him because I can't risk using him again. I can't. The next time that happens, he might just be done. Like, he might be dead. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, anything prolapsable, and I learned this the hard way.
it infects so fast.
Yeah, it gets infected quick. The tissue can die really quick. And it's very prone to prolapse again.
Exactly. So because of how well he reacted the first time, I was like, okay, he's fine. And I think it was my bad for pushing him. I think I made the mistake, and I won't. Oh shit! I won't say otherwise. I won't be like, oh, it was this or that. It was my bad. I made the bad call. I pushed him too hard because I locked him to one snake. I locked him to another snake. I gave him about, I want to say 5 days off, let him eat.
Yep.
And then when I ultrasounded
Oh, girl, yeah.
the one girl, I was like, fuck, I better get another lock in. Instead of thinking about the male's health and the potential pre-existing issue, I put him in again and I fucked myself for the season.
But you live and you learn, and that's a mistake you're not going to make again. And if people are watching this is now a mistake they can avoid. Because that's something a lot of people don't talk about is cloacal prolapse, hemipene prolapse.
Absolutely.
Blowing out a hemipene, you know? And that's a big deal. The first banana I ever purchased was a banana lesser female. Years ago, long time ago. I get her, really hyped. I feed her. She wraps it up. I'm like, all right, cool. I leave the room. I come back in like 25 minutes, and she has a cloacal prolapse. Mm-hmm. And I was like, fuck. Put her in warm sugar water, called the exotic vets. They were like, all right. By the time I got her to the vet, which was a 40-minute drive one way.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. Her cloaca was already turning brown. Guys, that's how fast tissue dies being outside of the body. And they were like, listen, we could cut her, put it back in, and stitch her up, but there's a 90% chance, 9 out of 10, that it will prolapse again. You also can't feed her until the stitches are closed, which is counterproductive because she needs to eat to have nutrients to heal. They were like just politely trying to tell me,
put her down.
put her down, yeah, which I ended up doing, and that sucked.
That couldn't have been cheap for you to buy her either. So that must have been a hard decision.
Yeah, it hurt. It hurt financially, and it hurt like my as a breeder, as a new breeder. It kind of took a blow to the confidence, you know, and then I started volunteering at exotic animal hospitals and learning about what to do in those types of situations. Everyone always hits me up. I'll never say their names, but a shit ton of people, and you know them, dude, hit me up when they have egg-bound females because I'm like the guy who knows what to do in those situations. And
oh man, it drives me crazy when people are like, "Oh, my girl was due on March 23rd and it's March 25th. What do I do?" Like, shut the fuck up, stop bothering me, and message me in 2 more weeks. Like,
yeah. So usually I'll get guys who say, okay, my girl dropped me 4 eggs and it's been 3 or 4 days and there's still 2 more eggs in her. That's usually what I get. And I end up just going to the animal hospital, acquiring a whole bunch of sterile needles, mailing them to those people and telling them what to do from there.
So you never advise them to try to palpate them out first? Because that's what I always do. I just throw the eggs out because they never work.
So, I
have very good success palpating eggs out of females.
Yeah. So
there's a process though, guys. Yeah. I'm not trying to interrupt you, Brandon.
Go
Continue
ahead.
what you're going to say. There is a process. When I say palpate an egg out of a female, I don't mean just like push it to the tail and push it out.
Yeah.
This is over like a couple days, letting her run through your hands for a couple hours each day to slowly work it down her body, because she is not going to just push it down and push it out. Like, you have to take your fucking time. Otherwise, that animal will die. Like, it will die.
So that was the first thing is like I watched someone palpate an egg out of a female, and part of the uterine wall came out.
Fuck. That they pushed too hard. They forced it out.
Yeah. So in this particular case, there's 2 times a female becomes egg bound that I know of. One during ovulation, right? The egg turned, and instead of, it's oblong, so instead of being point towards the cloaca, it's now sideways.
It ends up adhering to the uterine wall.
That's the second part, is it gets stuck to the uterine wall.
Yeah.
So in which case you can palpate out the sideways one. Now you can also palpate out the one that's stuck to the uterine lining, but it's more like you have to massage it.
You have to massage it out. Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
So it's.
Oh my God. Yes. Thank you.
Break up that tissue, guys. You have to break up that tissue to get the egg loose. I already know those eggs aren't going to be any good, so what I do is called implosion. So I take where the scales on the side become the scales on the belly are called the subcaudal scales.
Yep.
You go into the subcaudal scale at a 45-degree angle and go into the egg, and I'll fill 4 syringes with egg fluid. Yeah, it's a lot. So I'll fill 4 syringes.
Oh, you're talking about exasperating the eggs.
Yeah. I implode them in the gut still.
Fair enough. Okay. Yeah. Sorry. When you say implode, okay. Yeah, you're exasperating the eggs. Okay. Yep.
So I'll suck that fluid out. It shrivels the egg up, and I'll be able to I can straight up palpate that one out right there. And then I leave if there's any more above that, I leave it. And I've always had the female be able to push them themselves. And those eggs are typically, I have a 50-50 on whether they're viable.
What?
Yeah, I have a 50. Not the implosion.
I've never, ever. So I'm very impressed right now. I've never seen an egg laid by a ball python more than 18 hours after the mass majority of the clutch.
Yeah.
Make it even 7 days in the incubator.
So
I've never seen it happen. I've never heard of it happen. That's amazing,
Yeah.
dude. That's
So
incredible.
So this has only happened to me twice. That's why I say 50-50. One was a big Axanthic girl. It was her first year. And every year after that, she's had just fine. Tracy, I have to check. I want to say 18. No, that's
20?
too big. 20.
20. I was
think
going to say 18 is pretty big.
Yeah, 18's too big. It's probably 20.
18, even going between the scales with 18, you'd be
Yeah.
probably doing some internal
they're
damage.
thin. They're in my closet. I have to go look.
Oh, if they're thin, they might be even 22 or 24s.
Yeah.
Are you hold on. When you're pulling, are you pulling pretty hard to get them?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, they're probably 22 or 24s then.
Yeah, probably.
People have no idea what we're talking about, by the way.
I know. I want to go get my needle so bad.
So we're talking about gauges. So if anybody has seen those people with the crazy ass ears,
I'll be back, and I'm gonna go get my thing.
Oh, okay, fair enough. All right. So if anybody have seen people with those crazy ass fucking ears and their earrings, those are gauges, and where gauges come from, the sizes of people's ears started with the size of needles, and then obviously expanded upon that because people don't have needles this thick around. That'd be terrifying. But yeah, so when it comes to needle size, it's all about gauges. So the smaller the gauge, the harder it is to draw from that needle, especially if it's a thicker fluid like embryonic fluid in an egg. So if you have a thick fluid like the embryonic fluid in an egg, and you have a high gauge, which is a thinner needle, then it's going to be harder to pull that fluid through the gauge of the needle. It's going to be a very, very tough time.
So these are 22 gauge needles.
I called it!
Yep, right there.
Fuck yeah!
22 gauge.
I know what I'm talking about stuff. Yeah.
Right? So there's your 22 gauge. That's what I use for egg implosion. This big guy right here, which is your 10cc syringe. This is for flushing.
Yep.
Guys, you can't flush any water. You always want sterile water. And then
use saline.
Yeah, saline's perfect. And then these are replacement 25.5 gauge needles. I will only use these if I have to. Typically, I'll just use the one tip. But so the Axanthic had the
lower the number, the bigger the cannula. The bigger the size of needles, what she's saying.
Yeah.
So a 25 gauge needle is way skinnier than an 18 gauge needle. An 18 gauge needle is thicker. It's going to hurt more.
This needle right here, this is 25. This is about a 0. This is chapstick.
There you go. Oh, that's a great.
That's a great analogy.
I was going to use the shitty hole in my ear to give you an example. I still have one, I think. Yeah, see it? I was a shitty emo kid once.
Yeah, me too. Mine closed up.
Yeah.
Right?
Mine didn't. I'm still a shitty emo kid, I guess.
I had to get them stitched because the goddamn army. But I had a GHI.
Goddamn army. No. Honestly, I was planning on it, but it's whatever. I don't mind. I was like, whatever, fuck it. I'll deal.
But I had a GHI Mojave, and I also had to implode. And I always put it in the incubator because it's like when in doubt, incubate it out. You can always just throw it away. So I did put it in, and it ended up hatching.
So wait, whoa! Hold the fuck on. So you exasperated the egg.
Okay, so there's 2 eggs. Okay, so I exasperated the bottom one. Of course, that got thrown away. The one above it. I
thought you were saying that you incubated the one that you exasperated and it hatched.
No!
And I was like, are you fucking kidding me?
Oh, fuck no, dude. Yeah, that thing went in the garbage.
Okay. That makes more sense. More sense. Okay. All right.
The one above it was good.
Did she pass the other one on her own?
Yes.
Okay, so I have this weird theory that the female, for some reason, has to pass the egg to properly calcify it. Because every time I've seen either a female get cut open and the eggs pulled or the eggs exasperated slightly, the eggs die immediately. Or if I have to palpate the egg out, if I have to force it out, dies.
Yeah, the shell's like a wet noodle.
It's so like I feel like the female has to have a part of passing the egg for it to be okay, and I don't understand why that is. But I've palpated out many eggs in my time between working at Billy's and obviously what I do here, and none of them have ever made it. They die very quickly.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I know what you mean. I've palpated out of quite a few myself, and they're like the regular eggshells are like I kind of like a thick water balloon, right? Because they're just filled with liquid. But the ones you palpate out are like noodles, like you cooked macaroni too long.
It's almost like the slug eggshell on a proper egg, if that makes sense.
That's a pretty good way.
Like the watery kind of malleable eggshell. Like even when you catch a fresh laid good clutch, really fresh, and you can see it and they're still like properly calcifying, you can tell that they're good eggs, right? But when you say palpate out an egg that should have been fertilized, it comes out odd. It just doesn't come out right, and it never makes it. They never make it. Even if they got good veins, good embryo, they die very fast.
Yeah, I'm not sure why that is, but it's nature, man. That's nature. What's up, Reggie? That's my dude right there.
What's going on, buddy? I love that guy. That guy's fucking sick.
So Reggie, we were actually just discussing these. I sent Reggie a bunch of these. He had an egg-bound female. I helped him out with it. So, Reggie, that's literally what we were just talking about. Not you specifically, but palpating and egg implosion and what we do in those situations. But, yeah, I've never had an exasperated egg make it. I've never even tried to incubate that. That just goes in the garbage. The ones above it.
But hold on. Now that you're saying that you've had an egg past a exasperated egg make it, now I'm wondering if you could exasperate an egg just slightly and let the female pass it, would it still make it? Because the embryonic fluid is still there. Like, there is excess embryonic fluid to begin with. So if you're only taking a little bit away to let the female pass it, is there, like, if you don't hit the embryo while you're doing it, is there a chance that egg could make it?
I think there's a high chance. It's a good theory. It's a good theoretical idea. I think there is an extremely high chance, specifically for this reason alone. A boob egg is just a partially calcified portion of an egg. So I have a boob egg in the incubator that's like almost 50% of the egg, right? But
did I show you my boob egg last year?
Yeah.
It was like 70% of eggs somehow fucking survived, dude.
Yeah, so what I'm saying is if you can have an embryo survive off 30% of the embryonic fluid, will it come out small? Yeah, sure. But as long as you don't pierce the eye of the actual embryo cell itself, you should be money.
And these eggs, I don't know if you've seen it, but so a lot of people when they separate their eggs, and I shouldn't say a lot of people, but I've seen many people when they separate their eggs, if they rip the egg itself while they're separating, they don't do anything. They just leave it.
So I've never ripped one before.
Well, lucky fucking you dick. No, seriously though, I had never heard of this until I think a couple months ago. But there are some people, unless it's a really bad tear, if it's just a little one, they'll just wipe it off until it stops excessively spewing ambulin. Is that what it's called? I don't remember the exact word. But they'll wipe it until it stops really pouring out, and then basically it clots itself and will stop pouring out. Like, it won't just empty. And then I've seen other people actually take old eggs, or like they'll cut eggs, the babies will come out and they'll leave them in the incubator, so they have an older, like they'll have an egg still in the incubator.
Oh, I saw that video
hatched.
Will put out.
Yeah, and they'll cut pieces off it and use it to like patch up eggs,
like a Band-Aid,
which is kind of crazy. That's wild, but I've also heard that the eggs will do that themselves. You don't actually have to do anything.
That makes sense because inside of a developing embryo are these cells called platelets. Platelets are the same thing in humans that if I were to poke myself with a needle, the platelet
causes clotting.
Yeah, it'll clot the blood. So that actually makes total sense, dude.
Yeah, it's just wild though because we act like these eggs are just so fragile and just so dependent on us.
I think
but they're not. They're not.
Yeah. I mean, ball pythons are like laying over 6 egg clutches in the wild, and they're in the wild. I mean, dude, and they're making it. They're surviving somehow, some way. And we're taking out the predators. We're taking out the bacteria. We're giving them the best conditions we can artificially, and we're having high success with it. I think they're way more hardy than we give them credit for. We're just overthinking it as breeders or keepers because we don't want to fuck it up because we care about the animal.
And that's the thing. Everybody's thinking about that one egg they might lose, right? Like everybody wants to keep every egg they get.
Yeah.
They don't want to lose that one egg because that one egg might be that big combo they might hit or that. I get it. I don't want to lose an egg. I fucking lost an egg out of my clutch we're cutting tomorrow, and I'm fucking devastated because I bet you that's the fucking 5-gene pie. But it is what it is, man. Like,
yeah, dude, it's the odd shit. Shit happens, guys. This is nature. Shit, it's life, man. Shit happens.
We can control as much as we try, but it's still nature. Yeah, you got it. Like,
what are you gonna do?
Yeah, exactly. Shit's gonna happen. Eggs are gonna be bad. You can have a whole clutch that looks great and they all go bad. It doesn't mean you did something wrong. And that's what I see a lot. People being like, oh, well, I did this and I did that. And you know what? Sometimes the male's not ready. It still inseminates the clutch, and the clutch looks okay.
Yeah.
But you bred a 400-gram male. Like,
exactly. What do you expect?
It could work out for you, but it also could not be great. Like, you have to, when you take those chances, you have to expect the results. Unfortunately, like, it is what it is, right?
Yeah, and there's, you can't feel bad about stuff you can't control, because sometimes you'll do everything right. Sometimes, like, I know what works for me, okay? Everyone does stuff different. I've been doing this for 7 years. I know what works for me. But sometimes an egg will go bad. Sometimes there's a fucking power outage, and I got clutches in the incubator. And it's like, okay, now what? Like, I mean, I have what do you call it? I have a plan. I have a plan for when that happens. But what I'm saying is I can't control the weather. I can't control that I lost the power.
So, I'm very glad you said that, because people don't talk about this enough. I haven't put this out anywhere. I have 2 double-het dreamsicles.
Okay.
They were both follicularly on par to lay around the same time. Right?
Yeah.
They hit 5, 10, 15 millimeters around the same time, started pairing them both.
Nice.
Not a nice story.
Oh, shit. Okay.
Yeah. So, one of them still hasn't laid yet, which is great. She's the bigger one. She's looking like she might give me like 10, 12 eggs. So I'm stoked. But anyway, started pairing them around the same time to the same male, yellow-bellied pied-head lav. I have a dreamsicle male, but I want to hit the yellow-bellied dreamsicle so fucking bad that I don't care. I haven't talked about this yet. um, so basically, she started developing follicles,
Mm-hmm.
and everything was looking good. I ultrasounded her, and she was surprisingly she was at 17 when I first paired her, or something like that, millimeters. And I was just pairing her to try to, keep it along. And then I ultrasounded her, and she was at 32. And it was a very quick growth. And I was like, oh my God, holy shit. So I threw a mail in with her. They locked up, and I was like, okay, I got her. No problems. Cool. Put the mail back away. Sort of left it to do its thing, because at 32 millimeters, you shouldn't have to intervene at all, right? It is what it is. So I walk into my snake room one day, and it smells like death.
Oh no.
Yeah. So the first thing I check is I have pet rats in here, because I find having rats in here keeps the appetite up. It's just a smell, right? It just...
It's a smell.
Yeah, I've always had success with it, so it's just been a good thing. And the rats are fine, and the eggs in the incubator are fine, and the hedgehogs are fine, and the hognose are fine. And I was like, okay, this isn't good then. There's something going on, because nothing's been fed in the past couple days. So I start checking through all the snakes, and I actually start checking through the grow-ups first. Go through all the grow-ups, nothing. Go through most of the adults, and I don't even think to check my ones that I thought were gravid, because the next time I ultrasounded that particular female, she was at 39, 40-ish. I couldn't even measure it. It was so big. It was she was ready to lay.
Yeah.
I was ready to get eggs from her, so I didn't even think to open her bin when I was looking. So I went through everything, and I was like, okay, you know what? Maybe, I don't know, maybe something had a shit that I didn't notice, and it was just odd smelling. Whatever, it happens. So that was in the morning. So I leave, I go to work. I come back, the smell is 10 times worse, because my room's 83, 84. So now I'm like, okay, I gotta figure what's going on. So the first thing I do is check the bins I didn't check before.
Damn.
I pull open her bin, and she had what looked like an egg, which shouldn't have been possible, right out of her cloaca, and she's DOA.
What the fuck? That's crazy.
So I don't know if it was a slug that got caught. I don't...
So
This was a month and a half ago.
okay. So you're tracking why we can't breed desert females. They have the narrow so sometimes that can just happen to a female, and you'll never know. You'll grow her up, she'll poop, bless you, pee,
Thanks.
all that stuff. Ooh,
Fuck again.
But yeah, dude, you'll literally never know, unless you gave her an MRI.
She was supposed to be a proven breeder.
Oh.
So it was very, very detrimental, because we had 2 double het dreams, 2 snakes that were supposed to give us clutches. And
damn, dude. I'm so sorry. That's fucking shit. That's bad.
No, I'm actually getting a bit teary, because it sucked, man. There was nothing wrong with her. I checked on my snake. I check on everything every day, but when I smell death, the first thing I don't think to check on is my ones that are ready to lay. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because like
No,
they're
hey,
healthy, they're big, they're like
they're ready to give you eggs, so you're doing all the right stuff. Otherwise, they wouldn't be breeding for you to begin with. Usually,
yeah.
I'm looking for a regurge. When I smell death, I'm looking.
And I have hognose in here, so a regurge. A
Oh,
regurge explains everything.
that would
Hognose regurge is 10 times worse than a ball python regurge, right? So like it smells like death, gormed over, brought to hell, brought back, and then left for you as a present.
Oh,
It's just it's the worst smell that you could imagine, but
you're making me real excited to get into hognose right now.
it dude, I couldn't believe it. Like she was like 2,300 grams. She had been looking good. She'd been eating. She ate right up until when I expected her not to, around like 23, 24 millimeters.
Yeah.
Went off food, fucking, she accelerated a lot quicker than her, what I thought was her sister. And I thought I saw an ovulation. She moved to the hot side, all that fun stuff.
Yep.
And right around the time her sister was ovulating, she just was dead one morning.
Fuck, dude. That sucks so
Dude,
bad.
I brought her for a fucking necropsy. Nothing.
I was gonna ask if you did. They couldn't figure it out.
Dude, it just unfortunately, and this is something that is part of the hobby, it happens. Like
It
I bought that female as a proven breeder. I was told she was born in 2000, I think, 14. I have no way to prove that.
Yeah.
She died, and I'm SOL.
Yep.
So,
And that's just one of those things, guys, that you can't control. Like, it sucks, and it does happen, but I had a girl die for no reason. It was a female black pastel, like single gene. I bought her, I bred her, she gave me a clutch, she started eating again, and then one day she was dead.
bro,
Like,
oh man, we bought a super phantom head clown female from a guy here in Canada. She was a mouser when we got her. She didn't eat for a few weeks when we got her, and we got her on ASFs.
nice.
She started eating really well, and she had been eating for us for like 3 months. Like we were stoked because she was real skinny, and the breeder that sold us the animal was like, "Hey, I'll sell her to you for a discounted rate now, or wait until she's back on food, and you can pay an extra $1,000." We were like, no, send us the animal.
Yeah.
And we were overconfident. And I will not hesitate to admit that. Like, we were like, no, we got it. Like, fuck you. Like, don't overcharge us. Fuck you. Send us the animal.
Yeah.
We got the snake. It didn't eat for us for, I think it was like a month and 3 weeks. And then it took a large ASF. And we were like, oh, fuck. You know what? We might not catch her to build this year, but at least we have her growing, so next year she'll be ready to go. Like, she'll drop us 2-3 extra eggs, whatever, right? Boom. Like, we were happy.
Yeah.
Whatever. It happens. And guys, when you buy breeder females, never expect them to breed for you the next year.
Oh, yeah, no.
When people sell breeder females, it's because usually they just laid.
Yep.
Never expect females to go back to back. Never, never, never. That is a big thing that people never talk about.
Yep.
Huge. So yeah, she took an ASF, took another ASF, week after week. And we were like, oh, damn, okay, cool. Like, I was even thinking, okay, because she was at Nick's. And one of these days, I want to get you on a live with me, you, and Nick. I feel like you guys would get along really good.
Hell yeah, dude.
But, yeah, she was taking food really good. And all of a sudden he calls me one day and he's like, "Hey, the Super Phantom just died." And I was like,
Like what?
"What? Like, what are you talking about?" And he's like, "Yeah, she's dead." I was like, "Did something happen?" He's like, I couldn't tell you. Like, she's just dead." So, like, any time we have a snake here that passes away, we bring her in.
Yeah, I do the same.
I don't want to find out that there's Nito. If something's going on, I want to know right away, right?
Yeah, of course. Could affect your whole collection.
Guess what happened?
No, they couldn't tell you, huh?
Nothing. So it was either a bad ASF, which how often does that happen?
That's rare.
Or there was just it was just a shitty genetic thing. She laid for the person before we got her. And she started her timer, and we just happened to pick her up after. I feel like some females just, once they lay that first clutch, they exhaust a lot of energy, and they have that energy gone, and that's it.
I've heard that about males, too. When I first started breeding and I was doing research, I think I was watching Gavin Adkins from Balls to You. It was an old video. He was like, I had a male die after breeding, and he's like, he bred, he got back on food, he was eating, he was good, and then one day he died, and he's like, we don't know why this happens. He's like, my theory is the snake's natural instinct, and when I say my theory, this is Gavin talking, his theory is the snake, its natural instinct is poop, pee, shed, eat, reproduce. That last one, the snake has served its purpose.
Make it, get to that point, you're done.
It. Yep.
And you know what's funny that you say that? I have that same theory, and I've never actually
discussed it.
Yeah, I've never actually explained it or talked about it to anybody. Like, I feel like these animals are still technically wild animals, and their thoughts are, if you ever have a female that just dies inexplicably after a clutch, or a male, like, sometimes there's something in them that just, they can't make it, and their entire makeup, their DNA is saying, hey, reproduce and then expire.
Yeah.
Make it, get your genes to the next whatever, and then you're free to go. And it makes sense genetically. Like, if you look at Darwinism, like, it's just, it makes sense. Like, that's,
it does.
Oh, it sucks. It sucks, but it makes sense.
That's what I'm saying. It totally fucking sucks. Imagine if that was just the name of the game. Like, all right, man.
breed, dead. Yeah. What?
Like, you can only breed a female, like, 2-3 times and she dies on you. That would be fucking shitty. That would be so shitty. Fuck.
Yeah, man.
But it is what it is, guys. If you want to breed snakes, this is the name of the game. You have to be ready for shit like this up here.
It's so fucking tough, man. Like, to lose, I know I sound so disjointed right now, but when I first got into doing this, I honestly believed having multiple animals would make things easier if something happened to one. Does that make sense to you? Like, do you know what I'm trying to portray?
It's a good thought.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So I was like, okay, if I have 1,000 animals, the loss of one won't affect me. And when I say 1,000, obviously I don't mean 1,000, but
yeah, figuratively.
Man.
But the loss of one is like, because guess what? You're not thinking about the other 999.
No, you get attached to every fucking animal in your fucking collection, and it sucks.
Dude, it super sucks.
Oh, man. Like, it does. It really does.
Yeah, hatchlings kill me the most. Because I feel like I've had hatchlings make it out of the egg, and, like, no hard belly, nothing. They die before the first shed. I don't know. Maybe they didn't develop. It's internal. I couldn't see it, but I feel so bad because I'm like, dude, I brought you into this world. Like, I want to give you the best shot at being an awesome snake and sell you to a great breeder who will help you push their projects, and it fucking sucks.
Do you know why that I got out of this hobby before I came back?
Yeah, no, you actually never told me why you got out the first time.
That's why.
Really?
I had two clutches. And the first was a nothing clutch. It was a bumblebee to a normal. It was a big, like, 4,000 gram normal to a bumblebee. And this is back, like, in, like, 2006, 7.
No, bumblebee is so expensive, man.
Absolutely. Like, it was a big thing back then, but I put a lot of trust into a friend of mine who had an incubator that I thought was reliable.
Oh.
Dude, I had the biggest clutch I've had to this day. It was like 15 eggs from one female.
Damn.
None of them survived. They all died.
Incubation error.
Yep. So, next clutch, fast forward about a year and a half. I have at the time, a Woma fly, which was a world's first, and nobody else had at all. A Woma fly, which is just a Woma firefly.
Yep.
Right? To my pastel female. Right now, it sounds like a joke. It's like, okay, yeah. You had some super pastel combos? Like, good job, Chris. You're a fucking idiot. No.
Back in the day, that was hot shit.
Back then, if I would have hit a super pastel Woma or a super pastel fire, like, I could have sold it for like $2.5 grand. Like,
yeah, Superfly back in the day was a lot of money.
It was nuts. So, got the clutch, looked great, and I listened to the people that I probably shouldn't listen to. Set them up in the incubator. Use like a you know those takeout containers you get from like Italian restaurants, like the black bottom with the plastic tops?
Oh, yeah.
I set my club shop in one of those because somebody told me to. Vermiculite, water, eggs. Well, those do not hold humidity well, guys.
Yeah.
This is getting me a little emotional.
You need to take a breath, man. It's all right.
No, I'm good. So basically what happened was I listened to some people I shouldn't have, and half the eggs died. I got about 9 eggs, I think, from that female. Half the eggs died. I have 5 left. And they were super desiccated, super dented, and all that stuff. And I decided to cut. This is back in like 2008 or 9. Fuck. I hit two super Woma flies, which at the time probably would have been worth about 12 grand.
Yeah, that's a lot of
together.
Money. Yep.
And then I had another super pastel Woma, and then fire pastel Woma, or something like it was stupid odds. Like, had they made it, I would have made dumb, stupid money. But because I listened to bad advice, none of them made it. They made it full term to the point where I cut the eggs, they pipped, they crawled out, and they died.
Fuck. That hurts.
And that's why I got out of the hobby the first time. And I don't think I've ever told that story on video.
That's the first time you've ever told it to me, man. That hurt.
Dude, brutal. It was so bad. Like,
And people like that weren't in the hobby back in the day, like, I wasn't breeding, but I was keeping back then. And it was a very different industry. Like now, like, look, Chris and I put out so much good info just now about palpating and palpating eggs out, like so much, right? You wouldn't have got that 10 years
This
ago.
video put out more fucking information than I probably got in 3 years in the hobby before.
Yeah.
Total. Like, it's crazy, dude.
It would have been like, fuck you, bro. Figure it out.
That's how it was.
Yeah.
Everybody that you bought from was like, here's your snake, fuck you, bye.
Yeah, 100%. And if you wanted something from them, it would be like, well, how much money are you trying to spend with me? That was like the big thing. It's like, yeah, sure, I'll help you. Trying to spend like 80 grand. And that's how shit was back then.
Yep. You're not wrong. It's ridiculous.
And that's the money aspect, 80 grand, that wasn't an exaggeration either. That's really, you know.
Billy tells a story about when he first tried to get into the hobby. And he had, I think he said 150 grand in his bucket. He just sold like 2 businesses, right? So he was flush with cash. But you've seen Billy.
Yeah.
Imagine Billy 15 years ago, right? Billy, not bald head, not the guy that you recognize. So, full head of hair, you know, just a very explosive, a very explosive in your face attitude with a bunch of money in your pocket, and Billy's walking up to your table. Oh, excuse me. Imagine those vendors back then. They see this guy and they go,
yeah,
move along, buddy. We got customers. Like, fuck off.
They wouldn't take him seriously.
So Billy to this day, and I don't blame him, and I actually hold this dear near to my heart. Those people that were like, hey, fuck off, I have customers, to him, I take seriously. Because it happened to me too. I have certain people that did it to me, but when Billy told me who did it to him, I just, they're done to me. I won't deal with them either. But basically, they saw Billy, and this is back like mid 2000s, and went, fuck that guy. He's never going to make it. Fuck him. He's done. Like, I'm not going to give him the time of day. And because of that, Billy's never going to work with him now. And I don't blame him.
Yeah,
I do not blame him for a second.
No.
And now
the same way, dude.
I won't either. And I don't blame Billy. And I don't obviously we don't preface our entire collection on what Billy thinks, but
that's a good you have Billy in your corner. That's, you know, good. I couldn't ask for someone better to be like, hey man, you have all this experience. What advice do you have for this? Or what do you think about that? Or what would be the best way for me to go about this? Because this is what I'm thinking, but if you have a better way, I would appreciate it.
It's funny because I love Billy, but him and I actually fight about a lot. We actually disagree with a lot of things. He originally didn't think Stranger was different from Mahogany.
Yeah.
Neither did Austin. And he might not still. But, dude, until it's proven, I think it is. I have a mahogany. I bought a hypo HRA lesser mahogany female just to prove that it's not the same.
So, you know, Justin's got that pairing happening already.
The thing is, even if it makes a black snake, it doesn't mean shit.
Yeah,
and a lilac combo doesn't mean it's the same combo.
Correct. You have to breed
if you
it
put
back
a cinnamon and a black pastel together, that doesn't mean black pastel and cinnamon are the same.
No, you get an all black snake. You then have to breed it to something else like a normal or a fire or something single gene to see, okay, a fire. Oh, here's a great example, the pastel, right? A black pewter and a pewter. Very different.
Mm-hmm.
Similar look, both sort of gray, almost Axanthic sort of looking.
Yep.
But the pattern is different. They are different. So that's what you would need to do. You'd have to make the allelic combo and then breed it to a normal to make sure it can separate, and then something single gene so it's easy to ID. Or that's what I would do, rather.
No. But literally, you have to make the black snake, which is the mahogany, grow it up, and then breed that out to say that it is or isn't. From what I've seen, personally, the low-end stranger and the high-end mahogany don't even touch each other. Like,
dude, I don't even think they look the same.
I get it. I only get it because I've seen shitty mahogany I spoke at a turn. I've seen shitty stranger clowns and really nice mahogany clowns, and they look like, like, I get it. But I've never seen a mahogany, no matter how many genes evolved, that looks like my stranger. I don't care what you do.
I believe it. Who, SMS, I think, is their name? I can't see the card from here. I bought a snake from them. Oh, yeah, SMS Morphs. So they're in Texas, and they invested heavy into Stranger. And so the first time I ever saw a Stranger in person was at their booth at a show. And of course, I already told you I got a lot of mahogany stuff. And I'm looking at it, and I'm like, how do people think that and mahogany are the same? Because I have a single gene mahogany. Now, it's het for pied, but nonetheless, it's still a single gene mahogany.
Can I ask you a favor?
Yeah.
Can you show it off?
My mahogany?
Yes.
Yeah. One of these is for the right ear. All right. So, and I have no idea why people think that this and Stranger are the same, because I think the alien heads are even way different. So this is a single gene mahogany.
Yeah, so Stranger's alien heads are completely separate from the belly.
Yes. And then I noticed in Strangers...
And that's a nice fucking mahogany, dude. Like, that's...
Thanks. I specifically waited to find an extremely good example of a mahogany.
No, that's a beautiful mahogany, too.
Thanks, man. The pied trackers on this thing are like, they start like way up high.
Oh my God. Like halfway up.
Yeah, they start up way high.
They don't make you guess at all. You can see them on the other side. Wow.
Oh yeah, dude.
That's a beautiful animal, dude.
Thanks, man. But as far as, the Stranger goes, I don't see it. Like, look, see this alien head right here? I ain't never seen something like that on a Stranger. I'm just saying, man.
I mean, do you want to see my Stranger?
Yeah,
like,
let's put this back and pull your
fuck
Stranger
it.
out.
Yeah, let's fuck it. Let's just do it. Does your mahogany look like this?
Fuck no. Fuck no.
What the fuck is that?
Damn, that shit looks crazy.
Isn't that wild? Like, this dude is fucking insane, dude.
What's all in that?
Pastel, leopard, yellow belly, Stranger, het clown.
Ooh,
look at that! Look at this side pattern, dude. Like,
and look at the dorsal stripe.
Yeah, it's
dorsal
fucking
stripe is solid.
Oh, sorry. There we go.
Yeah, that dorsal stripe is solid. The whole way. Damn.
Yeah, dude, I love this animal. I tried to get the fire version, but Mordex won't let me buy it. So I actually like this one better though. It has better contrast.
Dude, that is so beautiful.
I just wish he'd fucking luck for me. Like look at the pattern. That's not mahogany. Like that's not mahogany.
That's not mahogany. You can see specifically it's like floating off of the belly.
The belly. That's why it said is your mahogany's pattern attached to the belly.
Yeah, it's totally attached.
Anyway, man, we have 12 people somehow, but we are
We're almost 3 hours deep.
yeah, we're rolling on 3 hours. I think we should probably wrap this up only because I haven't eaten dinner. And
Me neither.
perfect. But dude, this has been so fun. I want to get you into a round table of some kind. I don't know with who or what. We'll talk about it. But I want to get you into another Friday Night Live in the next 2 or 3 episodes because you know so fucking much. And the knowledge you bring is amazing because...
Thanks, man.
No, it's don't even thank me.
I try to bring it in a positive way because, like, if you try to teach,
but don't thank me because it's your knowledge. I want to bring what you know in.
I appreciate the compliment.
What I think we're gonna do is I have somebody for next week and the week after, but I will talk to you. But I want to bring you on. I think on a round table with a couple other people, and I think I might ask you who you want to bring in. Only because this has been really fun, and it's just beyond all the bullshit.
Yeah,
There's been a lot of very informative shit. Like it's been really fun. Like it's been great. So
yeah, dude, it's been a long time since my face hurt from smiling so much. I'm not even kidding.
yeah, man.
I had a blast. You and I always click really well, man.
Yeah, we did. No, dude, you're fucking awesome. Like I love watching your shit. I love watching what you're doing. So to bring you on here, it was a no brainer. You were number 12 for this fucking show, and
fuck yeah, dude.
to be the top of the dozen, like
yeah, fuck yeah.
But honestly, I would like to bring in, say, 2 or 3 other people that you suggest to do a roundtable, with no input from me, and just talk about whatever comes up. I think it would be great. I think it would be a fun time. I think people would really enjoy it.
Hell yeah,
but
man.
We've been going 3 hours deep. I need to go to the washroom. I need to eat dinner.
Same. Same, but you let me know, brother. I will always make time for you, Chris. Always.
Dude, same, buddy. Same. I appreciate your time so much, Brandon. Thank you. I'm going to wrap it up. I'm going to drop you off the stream just to wrap this up real quick. And then, dude, I'll message you as soon as I get off here. And, yeah, man, I appreciate your time. We need to do this more, man. We need to do it. Even if it's not live, like, dude, just call me once in a while. I'm going to send you my number. Just
yeah, dude, shoot me your number. I'll text you.
All right, man.
No homo. All right,
thanks,
guys.
buddy. I really appreciate your time, man.
Hell yeah, bro. Later.
See you, buddy. Bye. Guys, holy shit, that was, man, almost 3 hours. Holy fuck. Anyway, guys, you know how it goes. This Friday Night Live, and I am Chris Ward, your host. Have a good night. See you guys later. Bye.